with the proper facility. And if we don't do it, nobody is going to do it. They will sit and they will sleep. So you must, those people in our environment, they must go and also ask for it. I will give you another example where I was involved. In Delhi, there was a Pravasi Udia Sammelani in December. So I had met a Supreme Court Justice. His name is Anang Patnaik. So he is in charge of OMBADC, the project for this development in Western Odisha. I'd say $1.6 billion project, and he's actually the advisor. He told me, and I asked, why this is not working. The library are supposed to be there. He says, you have to go and ask for it. Pound on their table that we need this library. But if you don't go, you don't agitate, nothing is going to happen. I can give you the guarantee. Third example, we, Nishikanta, myself, Sandeep Babu, were in call with Malkangiri. And this I wrote in the group. The library, I think, it's going to be the infrastructure, the building is going to be built in 2 blocks, Pairaport and another one, I forget the name. But when I asked the BDO, who is going to manage this library? If there would be a librarian appointed by the panchayat or block, he said the people from the panchayat or the block, they should come and ask for the librarian. That is when we will fund it. Otherwise, we won't fund it. So just see this interconnection. Even the policy is there that they will have a library in the block or panchayat, but that depends on the people. If the people go there and they will do it. So my suggestion and also suggestion from many of these groups is that if we can create few exemplary user demand groups, that way we can actually probably create some models. We are not there, just we can advocate for 7,000 groups or 7,000. Sorry, somebody is saying something?
No, I have muted, yeah.
So the challenge is that we advocate for all 7,000 library in every panchayat, but right now even those model libraries don't exist at even the district level. There is only one, to my knowledge, in Manugul, that Siddhartha Swami is a collector and he's trying very hard. Maybe is a librarian Niranjan here in the group?
Yes, he is there.
Oh, okay. So I think he can tell more about it to those who want to know in what stage that library is. So how do we, in selected district and blocks, how can we create these user demand groups? So case in point, even in Berhampur, there are 300 members, those who come and use it, but we are still having a difficult time in expanding. Actually, yesterday I was trying to call several people in Berhampur just to expand the library management group. But I failed with 3 people trying to convince them that they can join. There's for the civil society and manage the library group, because we have had a group already for 4 years or 5 years now. So we can't, we want to expand. We want fresh ideas, fresh people. So that is a challenge in our society at the district level, at the block level, at the panchayat level. Will be facing the similar situation. So with that, for the first one, user demand groups, how can we create in selected? I really don't want to say this, that we can create in all district, all blocks and all panchayat. You can, we can divide this, whether we want this. We do want to send a circular. Every district, block, panchayat should have the library. But how to create these selected groups? So with that, I think, what we'll do, all these 3-pronged approach, we'll go one by one and we'll have discussion points and suggestion from others. And this is being recorded, by the way, so that we can write the minutes and how we can do that. And then we'll talk about creating a task force for each. Okay. I think it's open for discussion now. Whoever wants to say a few words, they can raise their hands.
I completely agree. Basically, I think this is what I think. One of the message I sent earlier, right? If we really do not have the solid agenda, driver, and progress documented, we will not make progress, because I've been in this kind of for quite long. Okay, but all I felt is, I know we are doing so many things, we are trying our ways, but there is no outcome of anything, right? Because if I see there are hundreds of messages comes in WhatsApp group and all, but there is no one particular agenda we are driving towards some kind of action, right? And I don't want to this is only my view. We may take one agenda, but let's get into some level of actions there, right? Without that, I think again we'll just go to the same discussion again and again and will not make progress. I would completely agree. Whatever the agenda we are taking, let's focus on those agenda and make progress. Volunteers, definitely we need to find out, and we have to have the dedicated volunteer and motivated volunteer, right? Because staying in a WhatsApp group, everybody joins, read the message or don't read the message or delete it. But having the dedicated people, motivated people, would really help us to make some progress.
Absolutely. I mean, that is, this is Dilip Babu?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I 100% agree. And with a simple, this 3-point agenda, I have elaborated a little bit, make it longer, what are the other discussion points which will come in. But 3 simple agenda. Can we use, this forum to create user demand groups? And number 2 is, can we lead this print media campaign? Whether it's Twitter or newspaper, something has happened. I mean, I don't want to be totally disappointed. Some people are writing articles, some discussion, some kind of conference or seminars, something is happening. So we should continue on that path. And third, of course, I am strong advocate of, the government, what it has promised must deliver. We must hold them accountable. Okay, if we as citizens, we cannot hold them accountable, then we cannot. Today, in the other example I will give, in my own Kujang block, this morning I received from the video, we want a project plan, the floor plan of the library that is built in Malkangiri, and also the total cost involved. This morning, his name is Samyaranjan Panigrahi, is a video of Kujang, and he writes in newspapers. He's a writer also, in several articles. And it was a strange coincidence, but this video is progressive minded. And, there were some people, young people in our area, those who want a library, because I actually suggested them that you cannot spend this kind of money. Sometimes in Ramcharitmanas or some Jagyan, they will spend 20 lakhs, but they will never go and think about the library. So this is
input hela bhena je amara gote sabudu bad challenge rahuchi je video man government order kochi scheme kochi kintu jo mane executing authority like suppose video, they have no information that they don't know, they don't have a clear guidance from like it is issued but it is in the system. ତେଣୁ ଆମେ ଯଦି ଏଟାକୁ consistently push କରିବା on the top level, ତାହେଲେ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ circular already ପଠା ହେଇଛି, they can tell how much to spend, what should the size of the library. They don't have to ask those questions to us because it is already order like sanctioned order directive from the government. ତେଣୁ ଏଇଟାକୁ ଆମେ consistently କାହିଁକିନା ଆମେ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ tangible progress ଚାହୁଁଛେ, ତେଣୁ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ 3ଟା ଅପସନ ଅଛି ଆମର, ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ କୁ ଆମେ କନସିଷ୍ଟେଣ୍ଟଲି ଲେଖି ଚାଲିବା, ଫଲୋ କରି ଚାଲିବା, ଏଇଟା ପଠାନ୍ତୁ। ଆଉ ପ୍ରତି ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ ରେ ଯଦି ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ସଆପ ଗ୍ରୁପ କରିବା, ତାହେଲେ ଯୋଉ ପବ୍ଲିକ ପ୍ରେସରଟା ବିଲ୍ଡ ହବ। ଗୋଟେ ୟୁଜର୍ସ ଗ୍ରୁପ ଯଦି ହେଇଯିବ ସବୁ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ ଲେଭେଲରେ, ମନେକର ଆମେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଅଛେ 21 ଜଣ ଅଛେ, ସମସ୍ତେ ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ ରେସ୍ପନ୍ସିବଲ ନବା ଯେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟର ଓନରସିପ ନବା, ଗୋଟେ ନବା କି 2ଟା ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟର ଓନରସିପ ନବା, କେମିତି ଗୋଟେ ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ସଆପ ଗ୍ରୁପ କ୍ରିଏଟ କରିବା। ହେଲେ କଣ ଇନକ୍ରିମେଣ୍ଟାଲି ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ୟୁଜର ବେସ୍ ବଢେଇ ଚାଲିବା, ଗୋଟେ ସପୋର୍ଟ ବେସ୍ ବଢେଇ ଚାଲିବା, ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟକୁ ଲେଖିବା, ସେମାନେ ବି ଯୋଉମାନେ ୟୁଜର ବେସ୍ ଅଛନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ ବି ସେଠି ଲୋକାଲି ଫଲୋ ଅପ୍ କରିବେ।
Okay,
Tele-
let us ask here. I mean, let me stop you there because I want to ask the people here present, how many districts, who are interested in improving their district or the district level library, creating the user groups or WhatsApp groups in those. It took almost a year for Nishikanta to work relentlessly to create this group in Malkangiri. How many there are? 600, 700 people total?
टोटाल बर्तमान अछंती हमरो मालकानगिरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट टिके अछंती 2030 230 तापर आउ दि तीनटा ब्लॉक रे अछंती प्राय 100
So 330. Yeah.
हां 330 ता बाद हम 1200 पार्टिसिपेंट्स अछंती किंतु एटा मोमेंटम नबो जदी हमें वीक माने मंथली गोटे मीटिंग्स रखिबा आउ काना समस्त एक्टिवेट होआ पे गोटे फॉलो अप दरकार काना फॉलो अप न हले से माने गुडा रीजंस पाई जिवे तापर समस्त पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम अछि जदि गोटे ग्रुप ही जिवो इट विल कंटिन्यू जणे एब्सेंट रहिला एटा कंटिन्यू करि परिबो तेणु आम भितर एठी जदि काना हम प्रति वर्ष एठु यूएस रो जो माने जाउछंती
सर
हां किए कहउछंती
मोर सर मो विजय
हां हां विजय बाबू नमस्कार विजय हेले हमर ओएल रो एग्जीक्यूटिव ओडिशा लाइब्रेरी एकेडमी आपण म्यूट रे अछंती
Is it Vijay Ketan Panda or?
yes sir yes
कौन था?
सर मोर गोटे सजेशन अछि सर एक्चुअली आगे ओडिसा रे केते जन लाइब्रेरियन अछंती ऑलरेडी यदि प्रत्येक डिस्ट्रिक्ट रो एटलीस्ट 5 जन की 7 जन लाइब्रेरियन को एक्टिवेट करी हबो थ्रू दिस चैनल कि जदि आमर कहार सहित जदि कनेक्टिविटी अच्छी किंबा कोठी भी कनेक्शन अच्छी यदि सेई मानु को एक्टिवेट करी हबो से माने गोटे गोटे जदि यूजर ग्रुप क्रिएट करिवे तांको एरिया रे सो दैट इट विल बी बेनिफिटेड टू ऑल रादर देन जदि हम पाखरे गोटे क्रिएशन ऑफ ए डाटाबेस करिवा जे ओडिशा लेवल रे एटलीस्ट धर जो केउंझर डिस्ट्रिक्ट हला कोलाहांडी हला कोरापुट हला केंद्रापड़ा हला तो केंद्रापड़ा रे केते जन ऑलरेडी लाइब्रेरियन अछंती दे सेमान को जदि एक्टिवेट करा जीवो जे नाही एई माने पर्टिकुलरली लाइब्रेरियन अछंती दे आर मोर इंटरेस्टेड टू गिव बैक टू द सोसाइटी तो सेई मान को जदि एक्टिवेट करा हबो सेमाने तांको लोकल एरिया रे गोटे भलो ग्रुप क्रिएट करि परिबे जोटा को कि ए मूवमेंट को सेमाने आगु को नेबे प्लस सेमाने बे माने इंटरेस्ट रहिबो जे नाही आम ब्लॉक रे गोटे भलो लाइब्रेरी सेटअप हो तापरे हमें तांको गाइडेंस दे परिबा हाउ टू क्रिएट ए ग्रुप हाउ दे कैन क्रिएट सपोर्ट ग्रुप सब सेइठु सेमान को हम पिक करके जदि आनिबा ताहले हमें एटा मते लागु जे एटा ब्रॉड लेवल हमें चिंता करि परिबा कारण ऑलरेडी सेमान को पाखरे नॉलेज अछि और सेमान पाखरे लाइब्रेरी सेटअप रो स्किल भी अछि तो सेमान जणे जदि हमें तांको एक्टिवेट करि परिबा थ्रू ए कॉलेज लाइब्रेरियन हो कि व्हाटएवर लाइब्रेरियन दे आर तो तांको जदि हमें पिक करके हम ई मीटिंग के आनी परिबा और तांको कहबे जे पर्टिकुलरली हमें देखंतु मु भुवनेश्वर रहउची मु तो जाय के केउंझर किबा बडबिल किबा जो रिमोट एरिया रे जाय कि सब दिन काम करि परिबिनी तो तेणु तांको जदि सेठी एक्टिवेट करबा सेमान को कहबा जे देखंतु एठी गोटे हमें लाइब्रेरी सेटअप करबा को चाहूचे तो तांको से एरिया रे आपण केते जण माने पीपल जो आमर सिटीजन्स अछंती तांकु नै कि जदि हमें गोटे क्रिएशन ऑफ ग्रुप करि परिबा सेठु जदि डिमांड क्रिएशन आसीबो डेफिनेटली हमें सेटा को एक्टिवेट करै परिबा से एरिया रे तो सही सजेशन तो मो माइंड का आसुतला तो समान को आगे माने धरिबा को पड़िबो से एरिया रे पर्टिकुलरली धरा जो आपनकर गोटे कॉलेज अछि से कॉलेज रो लाइब्रेरियन की सी बेटर हमको गाइडेंस दे परिबो ए एरिया रे माने होचंती इन्फ्लुएंसर पीपल किबा इन्फ्लुएंसर लोक सेमान को धरिले हम गोटे लाइब्रेरी सेटअप करि परिबा गोटे एरिया रे
Excellent point आज्ञा विजय केतन बाबू, this is an excellent point. As a follow-up question, are there some list of librarians in every district? Is there a library association which keeps it?
yes
Which one? Which one?
Actually we have 3 associations. One is College Librarian Association, another one is Odisha Library Academy, third one is Utkal Library Association. There are 3 associations are there ऑलरेडी सेमानक पाखरे पूरा डाटाबेस अछि जेमति ओडिशा लाइब्रेरी एकेडमी रे आम पाखरे जो माने अछंती ऑलरेडी तांकर आम पाखरे डाटा अछि आमे कहि परिबे जे केउंझर रे को लाइब्रेरियन टा अछि ताकू धरिले से उठी गोटे ग्रुप क्रिएट करिए परिबा किंबा उत्कल जेमति हमर कॉलेज लाइब्रेरी एसोसिएशन अछि ताकू हम कहबा जे भाई तमे देखो तमरो जो रिमोट एरिया रे जो कॉलेज अछि तार लाइब्रेरियन की अछंती तांकू हमें एक्टिवेट करिया पे हमें तांकर डिटेक्ट नै कि वी कैन एक्टिवेट देम कि तम एरिया रे हमें चाहू एमती गोटे फोर्स क्रिएट करिया को सो वर्क फोर्स सो सेही वर्क फोर्स ता हमें एई एरिया रे काम करिवो आ सेही एरिया रे जदी हमें काम करिवो ताले हमें ताकू गोटे पुश अप दबा जे एई जिंस आपन को करिवार अछि एई एरिया रे एई एक्टिवेट डिमांड क्रिएशन करिवार अछि तो से नेचुरली वन डे नो काली हो पर नो तेनो हम नेचुरली क्रिएट हबो तो मु भाबुची जे ऑलरेडी जदी हमें गोटे मेसेज सर्कुलेट करिवा किंबा जदी हमें गोटे डाटाबेस क्रिएट करिया को चाहूचे जदी हमें गोटे सर्कुलर सब आडे पठेबा ओडिसा लेवल रे हमें जदी चिंता करिवा किंबा इन द मंथ ऑफ जून के जुलाई हमें गोटे कम करिवा गोटे लाइब्रेरियन ग्रुप क्रिएट करिवा किंबा जदी नाही नुआटे पूरा क्रिएट करिवा सबुठी गोटे गोटे मेसेज दे कि जेमती ओडिशा लाइब्रेरी एकेडमी हमें गोटे प्रोग्राम करूचे लाइब्रेरियंस डे इन अगस्त तो सेमती गोटे डेट को चूज करके जमती अगस्त रे नेक्स्ट अगस्त रे हमें गोटे लाइब्रेरियन ग्रुप क्रिएट करिया पे गोटे डाटाबेस क्रिएट करिया पे गोटे चेष्टा करिवा सेतरे कोन हबो ना गुडाय लोक आसीबे से गोटे जगह को गोटे प्लेस को सेही प्लेस रे हमें तांकर सब डिटेल्स नै कि सेही एक्टिवेट करैबा तांग जे ऑलरेडी हमें जदी एई जिंसटा एक्टिवेट करैबा जे हमें चाहूछु प्रत्येक ब्लॉक लेवल रे गोटे गोटे छोटिया छोटिया इनिशिएटिव निया जाऊ तो ताहाल जाय कि हेई परिबो मते लागुछ
Okay, no, that is an excellent suggestion. I would solicit suggestions or comments from others, how we can do this.
अच्छा मो कथा हला जे आपण आइडिया सजेस्ट कले बुझिले सेटा
Okay.
को आपण जे रन करि परिबे कि से केउझर डिस्ट्रिक्ट बजे उठी आपण
मो रन करि परिबे मो
जदी वॉलंटियर न हबो निजे दी आइडिया हमें समस्त सपोर्ट करिवा किंतु आर यू रेडी टू लीड दैट एफर्ट
हां मो नै परिबे किछ असुविधा नै आई कैन क्रिएट ए डाटाबेस
करिसंती कि किछि पॉजिटिव एक्सपीरियंस अछि शेयर करिवे
पॉजिटिव एक्सपीरियंस माने आमे जेमती हमर जेमती ऑलरेडी आमे गोटे प्रोग्राम रन करूछु जेमती ओडिशा लाइब्रेरी एकेडमी आमे गोटे प्रोग्राम रन करूछु लाइब्रेरियंस डे सेठी ऑलमोस्ट 200 टू 300 पार्टिसिपेंट्स आसु जंदी तांको लिस्ट रो आमे देखि परिबा जे के को कॉलेज रे चाकरी करूची आ को कॉलेज रे
आनिकरी पांचटा लोक को कांटेक्ट करंतु प्रथमे देखंतु कोन असुविधा होउची ताहले हबो सेही आपनकर एक्सपीरियंस टा को आमे रेप्लिकेट करि परिबा जे मु ई कली एया हला आपण माने एई पांचटा मु 200 लोकंकर अछि किए करिवे वॉलंटियर 5टा लोक कांटेक्ट करिया पे
डेफिनेटली
यू हैव टू लीड एन आइडिया जस्ट सजेस्ट हम सेटा गोटे असुविधा हला आमे माने निजे जदि लीड न करि पाए चेष्टा करिवु बा न करिवु वॉलंटियर कोठु आसीबो लोकन को आपण
नै एब्सोल्युटली आपण बहुत भलो कथा कहै छथि
कर देला ऑफिसर साइन कर देला हे गला किंतु एते हबनी सेमती तेणु काम करिया को हेले आपण 5टा सेथरु लिस्ट शेयर करंतु आनिकरी 5टा लोक को आपण निजे
कॉल रे निरंजन भी अछंदी निरंजन पाखरे पूरा कंप्लीट लिस्ट अछि मते लागुची
नै अछि थिले किछि हबनी आपण आनी परिबे कि
मो सुना खाली सजेशन देबी आई थिंक विजय
सजेशन देले किछि हबनी बहुत लोक सजेशन देबे
नै आपण
सुनंतु वी विल गो लाइक दिस
ग्राउंड लेवल रे रीच करिया पई दरकार ये आपण
let's put a plan. I think we should, what he's saying is right. Let's put a plan, because what I want here is a good suggestion. If you have the list of the people, if we reach out to them and try to find their motivation level, then we can make progress. Kana immediately hame kichi kari paribani. Se jo kahile Vijay Ketan babu, we need to find the people, we need to create a group. Tahele jai ki semane raji ashanti kariya pai, then they will lead it, right? semani raji nahanti kariya pai, then we have to go different approach, but we have to try one of the other approach, then we'll reach into a conclusion what is working, right? ଆମେ ଯଦି
Absolutely. Let me ask Vijay Ketan Babu, which district you are from?
I am from Keonjhar district. So ମୁଁ
So-
Keonjhar district ରେ 10ଟା କଲେଜ ର 10ଟା ଲାଇବ୍ରେରିଆନ ଙ୍କ ନାଁ ପୁରା ଦେଇ ପାରିବି जो माने कि एक्टिवेटली काम करिवे मु आई एम टेकिंग द रिस्पांसिबिलिटी
ବିଜୟ
I will
କେତନ
give-
ବାବୁ
ବଢିଆ ବିଜୟ
ବିଜୟ
ବାବୁ
କେତନ ବାବୁ, ମୁଁ from
ବିନୋଦ
Keonjhar.
ଜାଗା ସିଏ ବି ଅଛନ୍ତି ଆମର
Move from
ଉତ୍ସାହର।
Keonjhar. Let's work together. And I was very much interested to really do the libraries in my block, in my panchayat, and all the places. So let's work
Definitely.
together. Identify the
Definitely.
people.
Excellent. I
Identify
think
the
we got
people.
the perfect match now. So,
Right.
ଆପଣ ଦି ଜଣ ଗୋଟେ ଆଗ WhatsApp ଗ୍ରୁପ କ୍ରିଏଟ କରନ୍ତୁ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ ଲେଭେଲ ରେ।
Not the WhatsApp group. Nisikanta will not create the WhatsApp group. We'll reach out to the people in personally, find it out
Correct.
them what is their interest, then we'll create the group because that's the
Right.
way it will work.
yeah, you have to ask
Definitely,
them if they agree to do this. I mean, first. I mean,
Exactly. So
Correct.
So let me ask one question to Vijay Katanwa. Vijay Katanwa, let us connect separately, you and me. Okay.
Correct.
And I really like the idea what you said. We need to go to the colleges. We need to go to the every colleges and high school, find out the librarians, create a motivational group, and from
Correct.
there we need to drive. And other thing what I Nisikanta told him before, I have been asking this from the before. Why is the circular from the government that they will open that? And a lot of times I find the difficulties that this executives like your BDS, collectors, SDS, and all, they don't even know that there is a circular. How can we motivate that to have them? Because I don't have a letter to go and tell BDO saying that this is the letter government wants it, you need to execute it. I don't have that. How can I get that?
No, that is an excellent question, Dilip Babu. That even in my own block, I asked Nishikanto, these circulars are posted in Odisha Library Network and many places, but I did send them. Our video is aware of it. So the thing is that not every BDO in every panchayat, they have myriads of issues and other things.
Right.
But I think it's a good idea to send. We can find all the videos and their email addresses, and then we can send them.
No. If we are sending, Ajay Babu, if we are sending, it's not going to work. So that
Yes.
circular has to come from the government level to them, saying here is the circular for you guys to create a library in this block, right? How can we generate? And that is why I was been suggesting that when we are following up with the government officials or government ministry and all, we need to really let them send that circular to the block. Because if we are not driving that way, I don't think the people goes and video will listen. If I go and tell him video will listen.
Absolutely. Even the people will not go to video by themselves,
Exactly. So
that is another point.
and
Yeah,
those are the
Vijay
challenges I think I
Babu.
have seen so far. That's why I wanted to really highlight it.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
we
Good
take
point.
the
I want to
necessary
ask a
action to make
question,
some
Vijay
progress.
Babu. Can somebody give
Okay.
me some-
May I? There are some raised hands. Rajesh Babu.
ସାର୍ ମୁଁ କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଥିଲି ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱରରେ ଯୋଉମାନେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱରରେ ହ୍ୟାଲୋ am I audible?
Yes.
ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱରରେ ଯୋଉମାନେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଯେମିତି ଆପଣ କହିଲେ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରିଆନ ଲେଭେଲରେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରୟାସ କରିବା ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବା why can't we try at the administrative level ମାନେ ଯିଏ କନସର୍ଣ୍ଣ କଲଚର ମିନିଷ୍ଟର ଅଛନ୍ତି ଅବା କଲଚର ସେକ୍ରେଟାରୀ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଯାହାଙ୍କର ଏଇ ରେସ୍ପନ୍ସିବିଲିଟି ଆ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ଯୋଡ଼ିକି ଅଛି ତାହା ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ମାନେ ସେଇ ଡିପାର୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଡାଇରେକ୍ଟଲି ଆମ ତରଫରୁ କିଛି ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ କିଛି କମ୍ୟୁନିକେସନ ହେଇଛି ଆମେ କିଛି
We have, I mean, from Odisha, this communication has happened.
They are not responding. So, administrative level re Bhubaneswar jodi 3-4 जन लोक बा 5 जन volunteer आमे पाई परिबा ताले सेमाने जाय कि ऑफिस लेवल रे सेटा को परस्यू कराई पारिबे
I guess it's a second point more thila. I mean, how to approach the government people or the politicians, whoever, to make our case. This was my second point.
आ गुटे जिंस हला जेमिति आमे डिस्कशन करिया समय रे बुझिले जे unless they get a letter from the government the BDO will not do आपण देखिचंती ऑलरेडी आपण को जगह रे जो एक्सपीरियंस जो सक्सेस एक्सपीरियंस आपण को अनुभव होईची ସେଇ ହିସାବରେ ଆପଣ କୋଉଠି କୋଉଠି କନଷ୍ଟ୍ରେଣ୍ଟ ପାଉଛନ୍ତି କୁହନ୍ତୁ। ଗୋଟେ ଯେମିତି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ବ୍ଲକ ଲେଭେଲରେ ଆପଣ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିଲେ, ସେଇଥିରେ ଇନିସିଆଲି ଯାହା ଯାହା ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହେଇଥିଲା, ସେଇ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଗୁଡାକ ସବୁ ଜାଗାରେ ହେଇପାରିବେ। ସେଇ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଗୁଡାକୁ କେମିତି ସର୍ଟ ଆଉଟ୍ କରିବା, ସେଇଟା ଯଦି ଆମେ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟରେ ଚାହିଁବା, ତାହେଲେ ଆମକୁ ଗୋଟେ ୱେ ଫରୱାର୍ଡ କିଛି ଏଇଥିରେ ଆମେ ଡିରାଇଭ୍ କରିପାରିବା। ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କଣ କଣ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଇନିସିଆଲି ଫେସ୍ କରିବାକୁ ପଡିଥିଲା ଏଇ ଆପଣଙ୍କର
ମତେ ପଚାରୁଛନ୍ତି? I asking me. Okay. I mean, in my case, it so happened my childhood library. It is in a dilapidated state. So they had not asked me to go and visit the library. They had asked me to go and give a speech in Ramcharitmanas Utsav. So this is a 10-day festival which happens. So I looked at the library in such a state, and I actually called these young people to our own house and told them that, look at this library, in what state it is now. We used to have books there. But then, these people, I said, it's very easy to have a 10-day Ramcharitmanas and enjoy, good food and beer and whatever, and close the program. But just let me know, when you can set up this library. And there are funds available. The government has, sanctioned some ways. I showed them the circulars. So they went and approached the BDO. And the BDO actually, the current BDO is a very concerned person, and he understands. He's very progressive. He has led the 5T program in our school. So that's where we met, and things happen. Like Nishikanta said, that the local people have to be interested. And there could be a champion from here in US or in Bangalore or Delhi or someone who can motivate them and guide them. And it may be coincidental, but there is a progressive-minded officer. If the BDA is close-minded and he doesn't want to act on it, there has to be some other steps, escalations necessary. But it so happened it clicked. In this morning, the BDO asked me about this Malkangiri budget and what is the full floor plan, how much money it will cost, so that they can try to get. Let me give you another pointer here. In the blocks or panchayat, if you want to build the library, that Rajiv Gandhi Seva Kendra Fund is not good enough. It's 5 lakhs or that's as much as they can give. It's nothing. So every block in Paradip area, we have CSR funds available from Paradip Phosphate or other companies, Indian oil corporations, etc. The collector has at his disposal to disburse that fund to the institution that he or she wants. So you can go and approach. So we approached also. I was there and we approached. So these are challenges which happen. And it is, I think it will repeat in other blocks or panchayat or even at the district level. Same thing will happen.
More gote input hela je I don't think monetary is a problem. The problem is ମାନେ collector ସେମାନଙ୍କର agenda ରହିଲା CM ଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ agenda ରହୁଛି ତାକୁ fulfill କରିବା। ତେଣୁ collector has a different priority. collector priority ଅନୁସାରେ BDO ବି priority change ହେଉଛି। ତେଣୁ ଆ ପବ୍ଲିକ ର awareness ନାହିଁ ଯେ ଗୋଟେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଭାବନ୍ତି ଯେ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ମାନେ କିଛି ପୋଥି ଥିବ, ତେଣୁ ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ କେହି ପଢିବା ପାଇଁ ଯିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁନାହାନ୍ତି। ତେଣୁ ଏଇଟା ଯଦି ଆମେ ଲୋକଙ୍କ ମାଇଣ୍ଡ ସେଟ୍ ଚେଞ୍ଜ ନ କରିବା ଯେ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ମାନେ କେବଳ ବହି ନୁହେଁ, ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ ମୋର ଦ୍ୟାନ ବୁକ୍ସ। ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ୟୁଜର୍ସ ଗ୍ରୁପ ଥ୍ରୋରେ ଏଇଟାକୁ ଆମେ ଟିକେ ପ୍ରମୋଟ କରିବାକୁ ଦରକାର ଯେ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ହାଜ ଏ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ମିନିଂ କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟଲି। ତାପରେ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଆମେ ଟପ୍ ଲେଭେଲକୁ ଲେଖିବାକୁ ହବ ଯେ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଏଟାକୁ ପ୍ରାୟୋରିଟାଇଜ ଦବା ପାଇଁ, କାହିଁକିନା ସେଇଟା ଯଦି ନ ହବ ତାହେଲେ ବିଡିଓ ମାନେ କିଛି କରିପାରିବେନି। କାହିଁକି ନା ଯୋଉ ବିଡିଓ ମାନେ ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟେଡ ଅଛନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ କରିବେ, କାରଣ ଦେ ହାଭ ଟୁ ଲିସନ ଟୁ କଲେକ୍ଟର୍ସ ଡିରେକ୍ଟିଭ। ଯଦି କଲେକ୍ଟର ପ୍ରାୟୋରିଟି ଅଲଗା ରହିଲା, ବିଡିଓ ମାନେ କିଛି ଚାହିଁଲେ ବି କିଛି କରିପାରିବେନି। ସେମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ବିଲ୍ଡିଂ ଟେ କରିଦେବେ କିନ୍ତୁ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀଟା ଗୋଟେ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ତାଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଡିଫିକଲ୍ଟ ହବ। ତେଣୁ
that is very exactly Nishikanta, right? So if the
Yeah, I think Prashanta had raised the hand a little bit before. So Prashanta, go ahead.
So I request everyone, let me ask few questions, then I will request Pranav bhai to ask few questions because we are waiting in the queue from so long. Okay, मो प्रश्न हबो विजय केतन भाई को। विजय केतन भाई बी पेशेंट विथ मी। तीनटा प्रश्न हबो। आपण जो तीनटा अनुष्ठान विषय कहले कि लाइब्रेरी पाठागार सहित जो जड़ित अछंती तीनटी अनुष्ठान आपण तीन जण मिसिकी केबे बसिचंती कि पाठागार विषय आलोचना करिया पई तीन जण जाक ग्रुप केबे मिसिकी आपण बसिचंती कि विजय भाई?
हाँ मो कहूचे एक्चुअली आमे ट्राई करिछु बसिया पई इन माने बहुत थर भी आमे प्रोसेस भी करिछु जे आम लेवल रो आमे ट्राई करिछु जे केमती उत्कल लाइब्रेरी एसोसिएशन की कॉलेज लाइब्रेरी एसोसिएशन सहित मिसी की काम करिया को बट सेटा आज पर्यंत हेई परिनी।
ओके ओके एक
सर मु टिके ए विषय कहबी सर एक्चुअली सर
प्रदीप तब
ओके ओके
विजय भाई द्वितीय प्रश्न हबो आमर जेमिति लेखक बेसी अछंती पाठक अल्प अछंती सिना हमर लाइब्रेरियन बेसी अछंती ओडिसा रे लाइब्रेरी कम अछि जो लिमिटेड लाइब्रेरी आम पाखरे अछि आमे कौनसी लाइब्रेरी अनुष्ठान सेटा आपनकर अनुष्ठान हो कि से अन्य दुईटा अनुष्ठान हो आपण केबे एई प्रति किछि प्रचेष्टा करिसंती कि जे हमर केमि बेसी लाइब्रेरी हबो सेथिपई आपनकर कोन कोन एजेंडा कि कोन कोन फ्लोर प्लान तयारी करचंती कोन कले हमर बेसी लाइब्रेरी हबो आमे सरकार को डिमांड करी कि हो पब्लिक को मोटिवेट करी कि हो कि आमे माने यूनाइटेड हेगरी डिमांड करी कि हो एमिति केबे किछि प्रचेष्टा करिसंती कि
आमे प्रचेष्टा करिछु इवन ऑल्सो आमे गोटे जो हमर ब्लूप्रिंट तयारी करथिलु लाइब्रेरी डेवलपमेंट इन ओडिशा
आज्ञा
सेटा भी आमे तयारी करथिलु हमर ओडिशा लाइब्रेरी एकेडमी रो गोटे एजेंडा थिला जे हाउ टू क्रिएट लाइब्रेरी इन ओडिशा आल्सो आमे सेइथरे प्लानिंग करथिलु जे प्रत्येक डिस्ट्रिक्ट रो एटलीस्ट 2-3 जन को नॉमिनेट करके आनिबु आनी सरला पर तांकु आमे कोन करिवु तांकु आमे पुश अप दबु जे हाउ दे कैन गिव दिस एजेंडा टू द लोकल अथॉरिटी लोकल बॉडी तो सही प्लानिंग ता हमरो थिला सेटा ऑलरेडी आमे माने भाबी की चिंता करिकी ऑलरेडी रोड मैप बनैथिलु किंतु ताको एग्जीक्यूट करा जाई नाही।
अच्छा देखंदु मु एबे देखुची आपण माने आपण तरफ प्रेशर करतनी आमे आम तरफ प्रेशर करछु आमे कोन इंडिविजुअली डिफरेंट वे रे प्रचेष्टा करछु बर्तमान जेहेतु आमे मिसी की बसिचु आपण को मु अनुरोध करिवि अजय भाई की हो कि निशिकांत भाई हो आपण कोन कोन फ्लोर प्लान करथिले कोन कोन ब्लूप्रिंट करथिले हमहु जदी पठेबे आमे देखिबु जे आमे को पॉइंट रे आमे इंटीग्रेटेडली ट्राई करूछु को पॉइंट रे डिफरेंट वे रे अप्रोच करूछु काहेकि ना आमे जेनी मईसी सिंह फटा जुझिला बेले को गोटा आमे जदी समस्त मिसिकी गोटे वे रे प्लान डा आगु न नबा आमे लाइब्रेरी मीटिंग ही करि चलथिबा देखुन आमे मात्र 21 जन बसचे हां इवन ओडिसा रा समस्त लाइब्रेरियन मध्ये एडी नाहंदी जनरल पीपल कथा छाडी दियंदु कॉमन पीपल तो खाई पी कि से क्रिकेट आईपीएल देखुजी बसी किंतु लाइब्रेरियन भाई भणी माने कहांदी एडी 21 जन प्रणव भाई ब्रो मोरो निशिकांत भाई आमे सब मुंडो पिटुजु ट्विटर रे इंस्टाग्राम रे व्हाट्सएप रे
सर पद मु कहबी
आज्ञा
नमस्कार मु अमिय धळ रिटायर्ड लाइब्रेरियन डिस्ट्रिक्ट स्टेट लाइब्रेरी
आज्ञा
मोर गोटे कथा होचे सर हमर पूर्वरु से जो रविंद्र महापात्र आ आप्ताकाम मिश्र एमाने जो आमे गोटे मीटिंग करिथलु
आज्ञा
सेठी गोटे आमे मु गोटे प्रस्ताव दे देथिली
आज्ञा
जे एक्चुअली गवर्नमेंट ऊपर प्रेशराइज करिया पई काहे गवर्नमेंट कल्चर डिपार्टमेंट होची नोडल एजेंसी टू डेवलप द लाइब्रेरी इन ओडिशा अच्छा तेणु सी तार ऑलरेडी प्रोग्राम भीतर अच्छी किंतु से माने तांकर मानसिक दुर्बलता करूना अच्छा तांको प्रेशराइज करिया पई आगुरु आम भीतर जने अछंती सीनियर जर्नलिस्ट अतीश महांती से आगुरु बहुत आर्टिकल यारी ऊपर मो पाखरु बहुत डाटा नै कि आर्टिकल सब करिथिले एवं तांको टिके हमें प्रथम कथा होची तांको टिके मो रिक्वेस्ट करबा टिके आ परे आर्टिकल आउट के करिवे टिके रेज करिवे द्वितीय जिंस होची मो गंजाम जिला डिस्ट्रिक्ट लाइब्रेरियन थिला बेले 2-3 वर्ष पूर्वरु सेठी जने थिले हमर कलेक्टरेट डेप्यूटी कलेक्टर थिले सुब्रांशु मिश्र से भारी लाइब्रेरी प्रेमी आमे सेठी से मत गोटे प्रपोजल देइथिले आमे गोटे रीडर्स क्लब करबा हम के करिया से भारी लाइब्रेरी प्रेमी अच्छा से वर्तमान अछंती चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑफिस रे जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी अछंती କିଛି दिन पूर्व मोर से देखा हेले रवींद्र मंडप रे गोटे ड्रामा रे मेरे देखा ही गले से सुड कहले अरे आउ कोन करछो तमे एबे कोठी मु कहले सर मु भुवनेश्वर स्टेट लाइब्रेरी पळी आसलानी सेठी रिटायर्ड करी को वर्तमान संगीत महाविद्यालय रे लाइब्रेरी रे अछि ओएसटी अछि अच्छा से कहले अरे लाइब्रेरी पई कोन कोन करिया कथा कलोनी मु वर्तमान जेहेतु थर्ड फ्लोर रे अछि आ कोन कोन करिया गोटे प्लान करंतु मु एई जिनिसटा जस्ट से मीटिंग रे कहिथिली आउ आपण माने मुरबी माने जो माने अछंती आ ऊपर किछ काम करले भलो हबो मो सहित सुजित महापात्र भी एकमत थिले से भी जानि छंती
अम्य भाई निश्चित सुनंतु ए जे सुभ्रांशु मिश्र कथा कहले आमे निश्चित अजय भाई आमे तांको काई ने देखु हमर जदी फ्लोर रे जने अछंती आमे तांका सहित काम करबा मु अनुरोध करी जे समय हमर जाउची प्रदीप्त भाई को कहउथिले तांको टिके कहबा को दबा 2 मिनिट तापर प्रणव भाई को पाखु आसीबा हला प्रदीप्त आपण कोन कहबा को चाहुथिले कोहन
गुड पॉइंट
हां सर सर आपण जो कहउथिले मझरे जो एक्सपीरियंस विजय सर मु पचाउथिले हमें गोटे 2 वर्ष भीतर हमें किछि हमें एक्सपीरियंस कलेक्ट करिछु हमें भी आपण जो सजेशन दउथिले हमें यूजर प्रति
I think it's connection
କରିଥିଲୁ activities पिला पे हां सेट पे भी हमें देइथिलु स्टेप नेइथिलु किंतु मुख्यतः प्रॉब्लम होची हमर जो यूजर ग्रुप ता प्रति डिस्ट्रिक्ट रे हमें जदी गोटे क्रिएट करि परिबा जो सजेशन सर कहउथिले हमर अजय सर कहउथिले यूजर ग्रुप ता न होले कने कोनसे के डिमांड जदी न करिवे लाइब्रेरी सेटा को ओपनिंग करी कि कने आगुरु जो पब्लिक लाइब्रेरी रे अपन 900 लाइब्रेरी ओडिसा रे फंक्शन करथिला धीरे धीरे सेडा सब बंद हे गेला गवर्नमेंट रो फंडिंग हो किबा सेमानकर सर्विस बैड सर्विस पई कि सेडा बंद हे गेला तापरे आमे जदी चाहि कि मझरे हमर पब्लिक लाइब्रेरी महासंघ से माने ओडिसा रे गोटे मीटिंग करथिले जे आमे सेडा एक्टिव करी गवर्नमेंट रो किछि फंडिंग आनी सेटा करेबा मु से मीटिंग के जाइथिली जहा सेमानकर सजेशन जदी गोटे किछि भलो स्टेप नउचंदी भलो कथा जदी 900 लाइब्रेरी ओडिसा रे एक्टिव हे काम करबो ताले गोटे बिग अचीवमेंट ओडिसा पई तापरे हमर से जो
प्रदीप्त भाई आपण बहुत बढ़िया पॉइंट 900 लाइब्रेरी एबे 35 टी लाइब्रेरी एक्टिव अछि
हां माने से माने मीटिंग करथिले सर मीटिंग करथिले 900 लाइब्रेरी को एक्टिव करी माने जेमति
नै निशिकांत भाई सेटा कहि सारलेनी आमे खाली लाइब्रेरी टा गोटे बही रो अलमारी बोली भाबी देइछु अलमारी रे 50 टा 100 टा बही
राइट
आमे से भावनाटा को लोक मानकर बदलाय पड़ियो आमे पब्लिक पाखु जीवा पड़ियो सर्वसाधारण जनसाधारण को कहया पड़ियो जे लाइब्रेरी टा खाली बही 200 300 रो जगह नहीं लाइब्रेरी रे वर्कशॉप हे परियो लाइब्रेरी रे सेमिनार हे परियो डिफरेंस इन माने लाइब्रेरी एमिति किछि नै जोडा न हे परियो तेणु सेही सब जिनस जाक आमे जे लोक मनंगरे आमे चेतना दबा ताहेले से लाइब्रेरी रो प्रायोरिटी टा बुझिबे एबे कोन लाइब्रेरी रे खाली बही बुझचंदी नै लाइब्रेरी बेले बही ठु आउरी बहुत किछि अछि तेणु मु एबे अनुरोध करी प्रणव भाई को से बहुत
आ गोटे सर आ गोटे पॉइंट कहते आमे पूर्व वर्ष गोटे सर वर्ल्ड बुक डे रे गोटे इवेंट करथिलु सेठी प्राय 300 पार्टिसिपेट जोग दैथिले माने स्टूडेंट यंग माने अप टू 10 स्टैंडर्ड पर्यंत निरंजन तथापि हमर ओडिसा लाइब्रेरी एकेडमी रे बहुत मेंबर माने एक्टिव हे सेटा आमे करथिलु बट ए वर्ष भी सेही पिला माने भी फोन करी जणैले जे आपण ए वर्ष इवेंट करंतु आमे जहाली भी पार्टिसिपेट करबु किंतु हम पाखरे फंडिंग नथिला जस्ट हम आईएचएम सेतेबे फंडिंग देथिला किछि हम सेते अरेंजमेंट कर किंतु पिला मानकर बहुत एक्टिवनेस अछि पिला लाइब्रेरी प्रति आ लाइब्रेरी रो बहुत गुडा को रियलिटी से माने जानि चंदी लाइब्रेरी यूज करन आमे डिबेट क्विज माने डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज करथिलु किंतु ए वर्षटा मु सुदीप सर को कहितली सर गोटे किछि इवेंट करंतु किंतु जात किंतु हेई पैलानी समय से बिते हम करतेलु सुदीप सर भी गोटे छोटा
इवेंट इज ए पॉइंट प्रदीप्त बाबू हमें गोटे पॉइंट करबा आई मीन राइट नाउ वी आर फोकस्ड ऑन द यूजर डिमांड ग्रुप्स let me ask Pranab babu if you have any
Pranab bhai kohundu apna arab kohundu
सर आ गोटे पॉइंट मोर अछि
नमस्कार प्रणाम समस्त को शुणुली एत बड़ जाए विभिन्न चिंताधारा विभिन्न observations putting forward sounds good many perspectives we are getting definitely when we are having a kind of at the beginning let me sincerely from the core of my heart thank the 21 members out of 434 members of this esteemed forum that we have designed, developed, and running. आरंभ जेतेबेले एया होची हमर एटा द्वितीय Zoom meeting हेची, and last time at least we had 39 participants. This time, after so much of effort, continuously, day in and day out, Rajiv Babu update news को message को देई चल चंती, प्रसाद बाबू से को चंती, निश्चित काम बाबू को चंती. But the problem starts here. If you're talking about a challenge, no idea will succeed. Forget about succession of any idea. It will not even move an inch forward. All right. I might sound a little blunt and may not be palatable to many people here, but that's what I believe in. जन आंदोलन जेतेबेले करिवे जदि कोहेजन नथिबो, गोटे आइडिया ऑब्जेक्टिव ताकू नै कि जदि हमें एका संगरे हाथ धरि कि जदि चलीबानी, we'll be moving in every direction. Ideas keep coming and nothing gets materialized. जेमती घोड़ा गाड़ी रे घोड़ा चलला बळे जोटे आखिरे करा जाय, so that it doesn't get distracted. Here the distraction comes from within, with our idea. Now, whether we have a top-down approach or a bottom-up approach, we are still debating on confusing. Worst, in my opinion, the moment you start depending on the government, everything finally boils down to video karibani jadi sarkar circular debani. Sarkar dabani circular. Even if jadi deba implement habani, there is no guarantee. I can bet you on that from my personal experience dealing with the government since decades, literally. Government of Odisha, I mean, personal touches, I'm not boasting of. Hello.
Yeah, let me mute him.
You can mute. Yeah, yes, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry for due to disturbance. I'm muting everybody. So, Pranav bhai, you can continue. Unmute. Yeah, good.
Okay. Thank you. जिनसटा होते किसके presently सुनाऊँ जेतेबेले मुझे एमती कहली, the cohesion is very important. Ideas are fantastic, brilliant, but there has to be takers. Who are the stakeholders? If you're talking about a library or for that matter, public library, you need a reader first. It's like the question of I produce something, but my product is not getting sold in the market. There has to be buyer for it, and the buyer should feel the necessity, the need of it. I mean, need jodi nahi. Like I'm a typical marketing professional. I was in the corporate world for 27 years. Amuko yes sikhai like Philip Kotler, if I am allowed to quote on the management guru. If there is no need, the marketing persons, executives create a need. Jemiti Kobi, Pavan Rebi Andhare Kaku Dekha Jano Kobi ku with a sea jinisore rainbow भी देखा जीवो, same thing sort create करा है. तो if you feel there is no need, there is no readers, create it. Create an awareness among them. Like the question which comes to everyone's mind in this 21st century, in this part of the world in particular, is matte kono milibo. What do I get at the end of the day? Mujhe data karibi more kono milibo. Then you're talking about government. Just a small example I'll give you. Gacho laga huchi government ko kwa gala वृक्षारोपण कार्यक्रम हला पानी दबा पाई केही नांती care नवा पाई केही नांती maintenance नांती it dies down. This is what happens if you start depending on the government. If we do not take pride and take ownership, nothing will happen. No government, for that matter, none of us could do anything. So it should come from within. जेमती कहले जे बाबू कहउतले प्रभु भी कहले जेमती जे हम एक ग्रुप रे तो सब लाइब्रेरी अछन मते इन फैक्ट आई वाज अ लिटिल taken aback when we started questioning कि कोटी केते लाइब्रेरियंस अछंती को ये रे हम जेतेबेले इट स्टार्ट हेतिला including I remember distinctly अपन मानकर माने तो लास्ट जूम रे बहुत जण लाइब्रेरी एसोसिएशन रो सो कॉल्ड प्रेसिडेंट सेक्रेटरीज भी थिले केते जण. So it means every library association रो समस्त एटी अछंती. किंतु कौन होची आपण एठी देखंतु जदी 434 भितरु जदी 21 जण ही आसीबे रुहा अछि हमर आमे कोन आमे खाली हम चेयर ता पई बसिछु now what is the focus the agenda you are talking about या अगरु जेमती दिलीप बाबू ही कहउतले मिस्टर दिलीप बेहरा I'm sorry I beg to differ on that कि क्लारिटी नहीं गोटे ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं ग्रुप रे अछि रिपीटेडली कुआ होची जे दिस इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव क्रिएटर्स ग्रुप गोटे करा जाओ अवेयरनेस ग्रुप करा जाओ संदीप बाबू बारंबार कहउचंती निशिकांत बाबू कहउचंती प्रभु कहउचंती अजय बाबू कहउचंती मु भी कहउची आपण माने भी कहउचंती कहउचन किंतु हमें कोन होची हमें विभिन्न चिंता धारे जाउ बट मोर देन द चैलेंज व्हाट आई हैव बीन फीलिंग हियर इज लैक ऑफ कमिटमेंट lack of taking ownership our pride alga katha achi seta to nahi bodhe bahut am अधिकांश पाखरे the ownership no asila aja ko jinsa ta apna ame responsibility number jemti if there is a big problem a challenge break it down to small pieces and pick up one piece at a time follow that again easy said than done unless someone takes up the ownership doesn't happen again if there is just one person takes up the castle and trying to move forward. There has to be people to support. So, upon good support base we create karava. We thought कि ओसा एते जिंस करी चलचंदी वर्ष हलाणी चेष्टा करूचंदी केतेटा जागरे लाइब्रेरी करिचंती सेटा को पुश करूचंती फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस भी देइचंती. But then why it's not getting replicated? We in this group saw a lot of examples. जे अमुक जगह बढ़िया लाइब्रेरी चलती सेटा चलती गवर्नमेंट लेवल चलती प्राइवेट लेवल चलती why that is not having a is not influencing the other people in the surrounding why it doesn't have a cascading effect because the fundamental fallacy here the fault line lies within our mindset now that is the biggest challenge amara jetebale negativity ete nakaratmak चिंता धारा ete amara rahi jaichi हमें या भीतर कबारे ये बहुत भाषण दूची से एमती कहूची ये अमेरिका रे बसची से दिल्ली रे बसची बैंगलोर रे बसची बॉम्बे रे बसची this is the kind of thing now I always strongly believe the moment certain people join hands together sincerely you can do it distance doesn't matter in this kind of digital world distance doesn't matter at all and या भीतर एते ज्ञानी गुणी लोक अछन मते खुशी लागितला जेतोला I remember when I started getting to know about many of the people out of curiosity मु बहुत जन के विषय जानिया को चाहिली कहली एते ज्ञानी गुणी अछंती ओडिसा रो महान लोक सब अछंती काहे कि गोटे एते छोटे जिंस हमें करि पाबनु प्रत्येक जिंस रे so let us please identify again repeat the agenda is this focus should be this
no
हमें
thank you
विभिन्न डायरेक्शन रे देखि चलीबा
no
I'm
no
sorry.
that is about
The
creating
quality
the
of-
right mindset am I on
Absolutely.
mute or muted okay
Yeah, you are audible.
yeah
Well, just a
we're
minute,
about to
before I conclude.
yeah no
one thought, just one
I
thought.
want to say something Pranabo that let's us stick to 2 minutes for each because we have a lot of discussion left and on a positive note Bijakatan Babu actually stepped up to the challenge. He says I will find 5 librarians in my own district and will work with them, so which is a very positive development. Here someone stepped up to the plate and that is we are delighted about. So we also need similar ideas and similar takers. So go ahead, you make your point and then we'll go move on. Pranab Babu?
Oh, Pranab, unmute and conclude your, yeah.
जोटा कहूतले always if you continue to discuss only there is no end to debate and discussion. Now, my humble request to everyone with folded hands is can we identify certain takeaways, actionable items, which would be taken up. If you recall, Ajay Babu, I would request you can probably read it out. Jota bhi suggest kari thi after the last meeting ki these are what we should be. We should have the actionable items agenda, fixing up responsibility for ownership, for accountability within a specific time frame as mutually agreed among us. ସେଇ ଟାଇପ ରେ ଯଦି ନ ହବ ଆମର ଏମିତି ଡିସ୍କସନ ଚାଲିଥିବ ଏମିତି डिबेट ଚାଲିଥିବ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ସୁନ୍ଦର ଆଇଡିଆ ଆସିବ ଆମେ ଖୁସି ହେଇକି ବାହା ବାହା କହି ଚାଲିବା କେହି କାହାକୁ ତ ମନା କରିବେନି it doesn't take us anywhere.
No,
So
no,
that's my humble
absolutely.
request.
କାରଣ ଆମର ବି ଗୋଟେ ଘଣ୍ଟା ହେଇଗଲାଣି ତେଣୁ ଆମେ ଯଦି ଯୋଉଟା ଆପଣ ସଜେଷ୍ଟ କଲେ ଯେ ଗୋଟେ ଆକ୍ସନ ଓନର୍ସ ତାହେଲେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଏଇଟା ବି ଏନକରେଜ କରିବ ଅନ୍ୟମାନଙ୍କୁ ଯଦି କିଛି ଆମେ ଆକ୍ସନ ଓନର୍ସ ଏବେ ସିଲେକ୍ଟ କରିବା କାହିଁକିନା ଯଦି ଯେତିକି ବି ଆକ୍ସନ ଆଇଟମ୍ସ ଅଛି ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ କିଏ ଓନରସିପ ନବା ପାଇଁ ଅଛନ୍ତି ସେଇଟା ଯଦି ଆମେ
No, we'll go one by one, Nishikanta, one by one. On this user demand group, we have one person who has stepped up to the plate, is owner Bijay Ketan Babu. And are there any other person who can take in different district?
I think Dilip Behra, he's also joining Bijay Ketan Babu.
Dilip Babu and Bijay Ketan Babu. Yeah. May I know who is, okay, ye Bedarata? Hello?
Yeah. ମୁଁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ପୁଣି ଥରେ ଅନମ୍ୟୁଟ କରିବାର ରାଇଟ୍ସ ଦଉଛି but I hope everybody will use it properly and without making any noise, so you can unmute yourself and speak up when you have to speak up. You can unmute yourself.
Sir, namaskar ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ sir ମୁଁ ଢେଙ୍କାନାଳ ର ୟୁଜର ଗ୍ରୁପ ପାଇଁ କହୁଛି ରେସ୍ପନ୍ସିବିଲିଟି.
Okay, you are Vedarata, right?
Yes sir.
Okay, good, great. Dekanal and Tunjar. And in the next meeting, we'll, well, in between also, we'll get in touch with you. Any other district? I was actually going to ask Prasanna Babu for Jagatsinghpur district, but he is not here.
Sir, my Puri district, my.
Pradip Babu, Puri district, Pradip Chinara.
Pradip Chinara. Darota is Denganar. Tunjar is Bijay Ketan Babu. Any other one?
Well,
I was looking for 5. If you can get 5, then that's really great. One I will ask personally to Prasanna Babu. I mean, I am from Jagatsinghpur district, but Prasanna Babu is very well known in Jagatsinghpur. He's from right there from Jagatsinghpur area. And there is a large group there, and I think we will try to motivate them.
Acha, Puri district Pradipta can contact me so that I can also
good.
help.
Okay, good, great.
Oh, Rajesh Babu, acha.
Rajesh Babu,
because I'm Puri, I mean, I need support of Pradipta so that we can together we can do something.
Yes, sir. Great collaboration, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Sir, I'm requesting one more volunteer for one more district. 5. If we can achieve 5,
okay. Let me and Pranam Bhai will take for Ganjam.
Who is Prashanta?
Yeah, okay. Prashant and Pranam.
Well, proud Ganjamians. I don't know what you call Ganjam people. What do you call them?
Yes, I am a Ganjamia. I am a Sambalpuria also.
Ganjamia, proud Ganjam. Okay.
ଆପଣ ଦିଟା ତାହେଲେ ସମ୍ବଲପୁର ବି ରହିଗଲା ଆପଣଙ୍କ ସହିତ।
ଜନ୍ମ ଝାରସୁଗୁଡା ବଢିଛି ସମ୍ବଲପୁରରେ ଘର ବରହମପୁର।
ତାହେଲେ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଦିଟା ତାହେଲେ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଗୋଟେ ବୋନସ୍ ରହିଲା ସମ୍ବଲପୁର।
ବାସ୍।
And I myself and Prasanna Babu will keep Jagatsinghpur.
Ajay, mane jetobale kahuchanti, yes, actually I have initiated a dialogue with my friends in entire Western Odisha, not Sambalpur per se, but bibhinno jagare jo achanti. Seti chalchi Ganjam district, Dakshina Odisha jai bhi jaichi. But let somebody own up the responsibility kind of physically nahi jehetu quite a few things I'll coordinate definitely. I'm in touch and I'll give all support. I'll extend all my support to these two regions in the state. But I'm if required, if so desired, I'm volunteering to extend any kind of coordination support with the government at any bureaucrat level, any
now we're going to come to that point next. Okay, I mean, it's not yes,
I need the phone number or contact number of Pradip.
Pradipta
Sir,
Chinera,
right.
I can forward that. It's in the group, but I can forward that, or Pradipta can forward it to you directly.
राजेश बाबू WhatsApp ग्रुप रे अच्छी सब
So WhatsApp group रे ଅଛି.
राजेश बाबू को ऐड कर ले चलिबो वर्तमान हम WhatsApp ग्रुप रे राजेश पुरोहित
Or you can add it. I think you are admin also. Okay, this five. Let me summarize 5.
Sujit wants to say something. Please allow him.
Sorry. Who?
Sujit Mahapatra wants to say.
Yeah. I cannot see him now. Go ahead, please. Sujit. Oh, then पहले अच्छा नहीं आगो सुजीत बाबू कौन तो अपन ता पर आसीबे बुंटिक नाटा दे जानता
Of course, Gote Jinsa, as many of you know, that popular attempt jota rahichi ki ame sabuthi library through a people's initiative karu. So now, I think I have discussed this with Sandeep Mosa. The others don't know. We are setting up a library in Burla right now, in partnership with the district administration. Semane gote ghara karithile, kintu then it was not developed into the library. It was for the purpose of a library. So we have started building the racks and sorting books and all. And last week we Sambalpur jaithili, where kind of identified, talked to professors and creating a local network of people to do that. So Pranab Bhai and anyone else who would like to help in making it. So Sandeep Mosa also connected me with the Vice Chancellor of BSSUT, whom I met subsequently, and we have carried it forward. So if anyone wants to help, so right now, jehetu ame Sambalpur bhi koruchu. So apart from Bhubaneswar, but one thing I would just say, because I have been doing this for 16 years on the ground here, it is a Herculean task. Let us not think that, let us not feel cynical. Because the biggest challenge is that it is not a felt need. So I feel that my biggest job is to make people feel the need, to realize the need for it. And that we have been trying to do in multiple ways. And I don't think easy hobo. I think what we should do is, this is one observation I have. We should not only aim at scoring centuries. We should aim at making 5 runs in the over. And let us be happy in 5 runs in the over. And not just think about scoring a century. Let us try gotte jagare ame jaha. So let us, like I liked Adiro meeting ki we were trying to have 5 people who will do it. So that is my request to everyone. Let us, because I have seen it with myself also. I mean, it's both intimidating target nahi jiba. Then it becomes very frustrating, and it's difficult because we are going against the grain. Most people don't understand. I mean, jette publicity kale, jette creative ways, chesta kale bhi, it is a big task to, see, because I mean, reading habit kotha koju, because jo libraries bhi are populous, those libraries are populous not because people are going there to read, because they want a space to read, not because they want to read books that are there or even other internet resources that are there. So, which is also an important thing. So that is what I got a point.
Sujit, excellent point. We have to have, some achievable target. That is my advocation is for having 4 or 5 model libraries. I do hope with your sincere effort and effort of others, Sambalpur has a model district library which others can emulate. I believe Angul will come up with another one, because what I have read so far, I have never been to Angul. But that will be a spectacular achievement. I mean, we will all learn from you what happens in Sambalpur. So that is
last point. Actually, Rabindra Babu, Amya Babu, Samatha Katha Hitil, last meeting that Amya Babu referred to, March, and then we were supposed to do the meeting on April. Actually, I had reached out to, I had met Subhranshu, I know him very well, the Joint Secretary in the CMO. But Subhranshu, so the idea was to reach out to Mr. Balakrishnan, who is the Chief Advisor to the CM, and who is personally passionate about libraries. In fact, Sandeep Mosa Thilabele, I was trying to get an appointment, but April, his mother passed away. So I couldn't get him. So I tried. So Mutanko Kahini, but try kali helani, but I will keep up the attempts because in the CMO, he is the chief advisor and he is also sold on libraries. It is just that when I discussed with him last time, he said that my problem is that whoever gets the culture department thinks that it is a punishment posting. So that is his word. But anyway, so I will keep that attempt to engage with Bala sir if Pranab bhai or anyone else can, because if the CMO we need any support, he is the right person.
Yeah,
Because
no,
he is someone who believes in it.
I have also met him several times, as you may know. But I am coming to the next topic. Pranava, I saw you raise your hand. I'm coming because we're running out of time. Coming to the next topic, representation to the government official and follow up. Okay. One point in question that what Sujit said, culture department should build these libraries at district headquarters. That is their mandate. They have funding. You can sit down with the culture minister. I had sat down with him in Chilika last December, and he cannot deny that there is no funding. He cannot deny that it's not their mandate. But then we should go and repeatedly appeal to them, or write memorandums every 2 weeks follow up. This is where the rubber meets the road. I'm asking, who will be the volunteers who will go meet the government officials, whether it is Secretary of Culture, Secretary of Panchayat Raj, or Secretary, Minister of Panchayat Raj, or Minister of this, or Balakrishna, whoever. We need to identify 4 or 5 people from this group now to who will meet these people and send memorandums and also coordinate the effort so that there is, I don't say that they will do it overnight, but if there is repeated attempt to these people, something will happen. Okay. They cannot deny. I have talked to them many, many times. Nishikanta, myself here, Sandeep Babu, we have sent memorandums every year, 2 times at least, or 3 times every year. To the chief minister, to the culture minister, to the PR minister, everyone we are sending. But our saying is not that important for them because we go there once in a year and then come back. So can you identify 5 people, 5 persons who can go and represent the OLN group? Doesn't matter which academy, where, we are all for Odisha. Okay, OLN group. So can you get a response from who can lead this? Yes, Sujit. Okay, number 1. Okay, Pranab. And who else? Bedarata is there? She's there. We need 5 volunteers. They could be from Bhubaneswar because it makes it easier to go to the secretariat.
Hello.
Ami Babu.
Hello.
Sir, I'm ready.
अजय बाबू मु कहितांती टिके हेलो
हां की कहउचंदी
मु नरेंद्र बर कहउची बेतर तो कहिया कुतियन तापर हम कहबी
okay I was seeking volunteers and I think Bedarata, did you want to say something?
Sir, mu achi ready achi apna jo group re jibe.
So Pranab Babu, Bedarata, Sujit Babu, Ami Babu, yes.
sir.
But he's showing his thumbs up.
Yes.
Okay, we need one more and after that we'll go to
Rabindra Mahapatram ko niya jao.
Rabindra Mahapatra achanti aji meeting re mu dekhi paruni. Rabindra Babu namaskar.
नमस्कार
आपण achanti mane rahibe se mane task force re jo mane meet karibe minister.
Yes, sure mu achi.
Okay, I think you are very fair. So we got 5.
Okay,
now I request Narendra Babu. Sorry.
विजय बाबू हमको ओएलएन ग्रुप रो अछंती आपण जॉइन कर परिबे
हां मो ट्राई करबी जीवा पई
आपण भुवनेश्वर रु विजय बाबू
हां भुवनेश्वर
रु आपण माने रहंतु
जाई परिबे किछ असुविधा
ओवरऑल पिक्चर is very माने important also to know the different factors and the forces, how it works.
Correct. I'll join.
Sujit also is very experienced. I think he deals with. We were there with one of the deputy secretary from culture department, and together he said yes to everything. I mean, he was so polite and nice. He said yes.
Okay,
to everything.
definitely I will make it.
After that, nothing happened. So 5 people we identified.
ମାନେ ନିରଞ୍ଜନ ପ୍ରଦୀପ ଚେନା ମାନେ actively involved ଅଛନ୍ତି ନା ଆଉ କିଏ ସେ
Niranjan Pradeep, they are not from Bhubaneswar. Am I right or wrong?
No, they are from Bhubaneswar only.
Oh, Niranjan is also from Bhubaneswar?
Yeah.
ଟିକେ intervene କରିବି
ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱର
ମୁଁ ଟିକେ intervene
then-
କରିବି ଆଜ୍ଞା
Yeah.
ହଁ ହଁ
Go ahead.
ନିଶିକାନ୍ତ ବାବୁ ନିଶିକାନ୍ତ ମୁଁ ଟିକେ intervene କରିବି ମଝିରେ
ହଁ ଠିକ ଅଛି
କୁହନ୍ତୁ କିଏ ନରେନ୍ଦ୍ର ବାବୁ କହୁଛନ୍ତି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା 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 ନମସ୍କାର ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ହଁ
ହଁ କୁହନ୍ତୁ, ଆପଣ ଅପେକ୍ଷା କଲେଣି ବହୁତ ସମୟ ହେଲା।
ନାଇଁ ବହୁତ ଠିକ ଅଛି ନାଇଁ ବହୁତ ଭଲ ହେଲା ଆଜ୍ଞା ଯୋଉ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ସରି ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ଭଲ କଥା ଗୁଡି ସବୁ କହିଲେ ସେମାନେ କଣ କରିବେ କଣ ଆଜ୍ଞା ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ମାନେ 5 ଜଣ କଲେ ଆମେ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ପ୍ରଥମେ ତ କଂଗ୍ରାଚୁଲେଟ କରିବି ଆପଣ ଆମେରିକାରେ ଯୋଉ ମାନେ ଆମର ଅଛନ୍ତି ବନ୍ଧୁ ମାନେ 3ଟି ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ
ଆମେରିକା ହଉ ଯୋଉଠି ହଉ କିନ୍ତୁ ଆମେ we are trying. If you are doing, if you want us
ଏମାନେ
suggest,
ଯୋଉ ଓଡିଶାରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଓଡିଶାରେ ଦେଖୁନାହାନ୍ତି ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଟାଇମ 39 ରୁ ଏଥର ହେଇଛନ୍ତି 21 ଲୋକ ଆସିଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ରେସ୍ପନ୍ସ କେତେ ଯୋଉ ବାଳକୃଷ୍ଣଙ୍କ ନାଁ କହିଲେ ହି ୱାଜ ମାଇ କୋଲିକ୍ ଇନ୍ ଇଲେକ୍ସନ କମିଶନ ଅଫ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ଇଜ ମୋଷ୍ଟ ନେଗେଟିଭ ପର୍ସନ ସେ ମୋଟେ କିଛି କରିବେ ନାହିଁ ଆର ବାଳକୃଷ୍ଣନ ସୁଜିତକୁ ଯାହା କଥା କହିଲେ ଇଜ ନଟ୍ ଆପ୍ରୋଚେବଲ ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କୁ 10ଟା 15ଟା ଲେଖିଲିଣି ମେଲ ଇଜ ନଟ୍ ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡିଂ ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କର ଯେ ବସ୍ ଥିଲା ଆମ ଦୁହିଁଙ୍କର ଯେ ବସ୍ ଥିଲା ଅଜୟ ବାବୁ ଆମ ଦୁହିଁଙ୍କର ଯେ ବସ୍ ଥିଲେ ଚିଫ ଇଲେକ୍ସନ କମିଶନର ମିଷ୍ଟର ଗୋପାଳ ସ୍ୱାମୀ ସେ ବି ତାଙ୍କୁ କହିଲେ ଯେ ବର ହାଜ ସମ୍ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ନଟ୍ ଫର ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲ ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ ଫର କମନ ଓଡିଶା ତୁ ତାକୁ ଟିକେ ଦେଖା କରୁନୁ କାହିଁକି ହି ଇଜ ନଟ୍ ରେସ୍ପଣ୍ଡିଂ ମୁଁ ଆଙ୍କୁ ପ୍ରସନ୍ନଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗେ କଥା ହେଇଥିଲି ଗତ ସପ୍ତାହରେ ମତେ କଲ୍ କରିଥିଲେ ସେ କହିଲେ ବାଳକୃଷ୍ଣ ଇଜ ଇନଆକ୍ସେସିବଲ ବାଳକୃଷ୍ଣ ଫରଗେଟ୍ ଇଟ୍ ତେଣୁ ଆମେ ଯେତେ ସବୁ କଥାବାର୍ତ୍ତା ହଉଛେ ଆଜ୍ଞା କିଛି କାମ ହବ ନାହିଁ ସରି ମୁଁ ଏମିତି କହୁଛି ବୋଲି ଯେତେବେଳେ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ପାଣ୍ଡିଆନ କନଭିନ୍ସ ରହିଛନ୍ତି ଆମେ ଯେତେ କଥା କହିଲେ କିଛି ଆଜ୍ଞା ହବ ନାହିଁ ଆଉ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ବାବୁ ମାନେ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରିଆନ ବନ୍ଧୁ ମାନେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ୱିଲ୍ ଦେ ଗୋ ସେ ଯାଇ କରିବେ କି ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ସାଲ୍ୟୁଟ କରିବି
ମୁଁ ଜାଣିଛି
already ଆମେ ଯାଉଛୁ ସାର୍ ପ୍ରତି ୱିକରେ ସାର୍ ଆମେ ଭିଜିଟ୍ କରୁଛୁ
କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଯାଇକିରି କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଯାଇକିରି
ସାର୍ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଆମେ ଯୋଉଟାକ ଆମର ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟ ଅଛି ଆମର ପବ୍ଲିକ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ଗୁଡା ଆମେ ପବ୍ଲିକ ଆମର ଯାଉଛୁ କଲଚର ଡିପାର୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ ଆମେ ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟ କରାଇଛୁ ବଟ ସେମାନେ ୟୁଜର
କଣ କରିଛନ୍ତି ରଞ୍ଜନ ଦାସ ତୁ ଗଲେଣି ଗୋଟେ କିଏ ରାଉତରାୟ ଆସିଛନ୍ତି ସେ କିଛି କରିବେନି ଓଏସ୍ ଅଫିସର କିଛି କରିବେ ନାହିଁ
ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ସାର୍ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି କ୍ଷମା କରିବେ ମୁଁ କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ସମଥିଙ୍ଗ ଇଜ ବେଟର ଦାନ ନଥିଙ୍ଗ କିଛି ନ କରିବା ଅପେକ୍ଷା ଯଦି ଜଣେ କିଏ ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ ୟାର ଟ୍ରାଇଂ ଟୁ ଆପ୍ରୋଚ୍ ହିମ୍
ଭଲ କଥା ସେ ତ ଭଲ କଥା ଆପଣ ଥରେ ଯିବେ ଆରେ ଆପଣ ବଢିଆ କଥା କହୁଛନ୍ତି
କାମ ହେଲା ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଛୁଆ ନ କାନ୍ଦିଲେ ମା କ୍ଷୀର ଦିଏନି ଆମ କାମ ହେଲା ଆମେ ବାରମ୍ବାର ଯିବା
Niranjan, got a minute. Please ask me to respond to Narendra. Allow me to respond to Narendra.
Again.
Balakrishna, I must have met him 6 or 7 times now. In the last
again.
Now, Balakrishna, the first time I went, he says, as usual, he was asking different questions, and I was not very pleased with that. But second time, or third time, fourth time, I went.
Again.
Most recently, OSA had given money through the Chief Minister's Relief Fund to these districts in Puri and Ganjam and others, okay, for that funny incident. So out of that, we wanted 50 lakhs to go to a library. Money in Lolatendu is here. He was the president at that time. He put a tremendous amount of effort to collect that money from OSA, went personally and gave it to the secretaries. Now, you know that Chief Minister's Relief Fund is like a black hole, it just goes there and vanishes. So we tried our best through a lot of effort, several letters, to get the money redirected to the library, 5 schools or 10 schools. And I approached him once. First time I went there and I approached. Second time and third time with the letters. And of course, I approached Mr. Pandian also, but he was not there in the meeting. He attended for 3 minutes, then left. Balakrishna actually stepped up to it. He sanctioned the money. He redirected the money to Moscow. That 50 lakh. It is not a simple task to get this done through the government channel.
Exactly.
And he did it within a month. So all I am asking that whether something is going to happen or not, I don't seek any favor from the government. We just go there and meet them very politely, ask them with some other people. If these people, see, me going is different, but if Pradipta goes or Niranjan goes or Bedaratha goes, they are the people who are the stakeholders.
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସେ ଥରେ ଯିବେ ଦୁଇ ଥର ଯିବେ ଆପଣ 4 ଥର ଗଲେ ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କଂଗ୍ରାଚୁଲେଟ୍ କରୁଛି ଏବଂ we are grateful to you କିନ୍ତୁ ବେଦରତା ଥରେ ଯିବେ 2 ଥର ଯିବେ 3 ଥର ଯିବେନି ସେ
No, see, let us speak out. How many times you have gone in the last
ଜାଣିଛି
month?
I know the mindset of the Odia people ମୁଁ ଜାଣିଛି ଆଜ୍ଞା 3 ଥର ପରେ 4 ଥର ଯିବେନି
No.
କାହିଁକି ଯିବେ
ଆପଣ କହିଲି ମୁଁ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ବେଦରତା କହୁଛି ବେଦରତା how many times you have gone in the last 2 months or 3 months?
ଆମେ ମାନେ last 6 month ରେ 6 times ଯାଇସଲୁନ ସବୁ ଜାଗା
କାହାକୁ ଦେଖା କରିଥିଲ
ଆମେ ସେକ୍ରେଟାରୀଙ୍କୁ ଦେଖା କରୁଛୁ ସେମାନେ ଆମକୁ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ହବ ଟିକେ ଅପେକ୍ଷା କର ତଥାପି ପୁଣି ଯାଉଛୁ ଆମେ ଚିଫ ସେକ୍ରେଟାରୀଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ 4 ଥର ଯାଇସଲୁ
ହଁ ଭଲ ବଢିଆ
speak for 2 minutes
କିଛି ନାହିଁ ନା ଚିଫ ସେକ୍ରେଟାରୀଙ୍କ ହାତରେ କିଛି ନାହିଁ
ଆମେ ଅପେକ୍ଷା ତଳ ଆଡୁ ଆପ୍ରୋଚ କରି ଯିବୁ ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ କରି ଦେଖୁଛୁ କିଛି ହବନି ଆମେ ଫେର ଉପରକୁ ଯିବୁ କିନ୍ତୁ ଏବେଠୁ ହାର ମାନିବାକୁ ଆମେ ଚାହୁଁ ନା ଆମେ କାହିଁ ନେଗେଟିଭ ଭାବି
ନିହାର ବାବୁ କିଛି କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି
ନିହାର ବାବୁ ମାନେ କିଏ କହିଲେ ନିହାର ବାବୁ ମୁଁ
ଡକ୍ଟର ନିହାର କୁମାର ପାତ୍ର
ଓକେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା ନମସ୍କାର ମୁଁ ନିହାର ପାତ୍ର ଆଉ ଏବେ ରିସେଣ୍ଟଲି ଆଇ ରିଟର୍ନ ବ୍ୟାକ୍ ଟୁ ମାଇ ହୋମ ଷ୍ଟେଟ୍ ଆଫ୍ଟର 2 decades. I work with many organizations like National Institute of Food Technology, XLRI, Nalanda University, Manipur Central University, applied my research. I work on ground reality. When I was working with, actually I am from Balangir, Patnagarh. मुझे जेतेबेले निफ्टी में काम करूतनी सेतेबेले मुई बीटेक स्टूडेंट्स के नेकरी गांव उटे एडप्ट करथिनी लाठुर रे और मोर विजन थिला कि समस्तन के कंतारी हमें पाठ पढ़ाम आउ लाइब्रेरी एस्टैब्लिश करना by in that time and I met the collector BDO everywhere to establish the good library किंतु सेटा हे नि पाला by that times last 3 years I mean the 3 years and within the years 4 times we visited to that library and stay in that library in that village for 15 days with the 15 group of BTech and MTech students but nothing happens only you just aware the libraries how and educate the farmers how they became the entrepreneurs तो मोर कहबार माने काना कि आमे जेते भी कोशिश करमा मोर मुई जेन एक्सपीरियंस रे कहूचे ए सब हे नि पारे मोर सॉल्यूशन हला कि दोज members all these members together here we should contribute some things first and start the initiative the conference workshop whatever it is in the village level for that we need little bit money and once we start doing and that will be report to this government that these groups are doing some things in that village something in that town then only they will appreciate our works and they can help us in different way first is that we have to collect some monies from these people all we are sitting here and let's do some things first कि आमे बसे कि नहीं ए गवर्नमेंट को पळे जीवा से गवर्नमेंट को पळे जीवा से सेक्रेटरी से पळे जीवा ए सब किछि होबो नहीं
ମୁଁ ସେଇ କଥା ପଚାରୁଥିଲି यार ମୁଁ ସେଇ କଥା ପଚାରୁଥିଲି
No, very good point. Let me address this question that you had asked about hosting these events or having get together. Before the pandemic, OSA had conducted 2 large conferences in Bhubaneswar, where about 200 plus librarians and library enthusiasts they participated. Myself, I was present, Nishikanta was present. We invited all these government officials also to speak in that forum. And there was press release, lots of announcements, etc. But it dampened down.
Interrupt you.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. Upon the empty conference city re karibe, nobody will know. I mean, so everybody will know. That will not impact to the government. If we do some initiative for this to educate the old people's child, those who are staying in the village and underprivileged peoples, then that will reflect to the government, sir. That is
Yeah,
my
no,
point.
we are open to doing it, not just in Bhubaneswar, in other places, and hopefully that will also be in one of the. If you look at my detailed agenda item, it's right there. We really want to seek people who can host or help us host those events in the future, in the coming year. And that is an excellent point. Whether it can happen in Malkangiri or in Sambalpur or Barampur or Bhubaneswar, it really doesn't affect me. I mean, we could hold this in Bhubaneswar because of some convenience. Okay, having an auditorium for 200 people, but it can be in the open also. Go ahead, Pranab.
So first point, we should contribute some amounts for this organization, and you can start the work first.
Okay. No, point well taken. So, Pranab,
now coming to wonderful. Nearby, बहुत लगला जनता कहले एटा कर्मा. But अपन जदि आपनकर बलांगीर न जदि किसी गुटे हमता करी पारबे जदि in a specific area. Now coming back to the point which we have almost accepted, agreed upon, and concluded district wise the responsibility. Now again request within that whoever is volunteering to take up that particular district. The request is district itself is a large entity. It's a big geography. If you can identify yes, in this particular town or city, the block of panchayat, this will happen. In this context, just allow me to give a small example of what had happened recently with a friend of mine who basically belonged to ASCA. And see mate dine kaile je Pranav mate gote WhatsApp re gote bhala message karike diyantu, we are forming a group. Really kahinki now we want to start a Hanuman mandir. Excellent. Kon kemti karibo na hala. Then I said okay, I'm drafting it, but with a condition. ମୁଁ କହିଲି ଆପଣ ଆଧ୍ୟାତ୍ମିକ ଚିନ୍ତାଧାରାର ବିକାଶ ବି କରିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି, ତା ଭିତରେ ଜ୍ଞାନର ବିକାଶ ବି କାହିଁକି କରୁନାହାନ୍ତି? ନା ତାମାନେ କ'ଣ? ମୁଁ କହିଲି ହନୁମାନ ମନ୍ଦିର କରୁଛନ୍ତି, କରନ୍ତୁ, ହନୁମାନଙ୍କୁ ଆଣିକି ପ୍ରତିଷ୍ଠା କରନ୍ତୁ, ପୂଜା କରନ୍ତୁ, ସେଠି ଭାଗବତ ଟୁଙ୍ଗି ଭଳିଆ କରନ୍ତୁ, ସେଠି ପୂଜା ଅର୍ଚ୍ଚନା କରନ୍ତୁ, ଲୋକଙ୍କର ଗେଟ୍ ଟୁଗେଦର ହଉ। ପ୍ଲସ୍ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ସେଇ ପାଖରେ ତାରି ଭିତରେ ହୁଏତ ସେଇ ମନ୍ଦିରକୁ ଲାଗିକି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ପାଠାଗାର କରନ୍ତୁ, ଗୋଟେ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ କରନ୍ତୁ। And he was very hesitant. आगे किए आजिकली ये लाइब्रेरी पढ़ुचे आजिकल तो मोबाइल रे सब पढ़ुचे, प्लीज अपन गोटे प्रपोजल टा दियंतु, मु ड्राफ्ट करके दोछु। इट हैज बीन ड्राफ्टेड पैरेलली तांकर वर्तमान जूम मीटिंग चाली ची, मु जस्ट मेसेज देखुतली। से कहले सबुठु खुशीर कथा, से कहले मु निजे ही वाज प्लेजेंटली सरप्राइज जे जेते माने तांको गाँर पर्टिकुलरली प्रवासी उड़िया माने आपका बाहर अछन, ओडिशा बाहर अछंती और ओडिशा भितरे आपका बाहर अछंती, including certain youngsters. से कहले जी लाइब्रेरी इज अ वंडरफुल आइडिया, आपण देइचंती आपनकु सत प्रणाम। से कहले प्रणव मु भाबी नथली जे लाइब्रेरी नारे मते लोक एते रेस्पेक्ट देबे। नाउ दिस इज एग्जांपल देबारे या कहूनी जे मु या कली के से कली आमे जदी समिति निज गारे निज घर पाखरे जदी निज साही पड़ारू जदी आमे स्टार्ट करि परिबा, सेठी जदी आमे गोटे किछि करि परिबा। क्लब अच्छी, विभिन्न यूथ क्लब अच्छी प्रत्येक जगह। आई नो ऑफ यू टॉक ऑफ एनी टाउन और सिटी और विलेज इन ओडिशा, देयर इज अ क्लब। सेठी आपण जाकी गोटे कहंतु ना तारी भितरे गोटे आमे भाई डोनेट करिवा, बही केतेटा आदाय करिवा, बसिवा, तास खेल होउची, कैरम खेलुचे, आमे बीड़ी पी सिगरेट पिउचे, दारू पिउचे, ता संगे बही भी टिके हो, लेट पीपल कम। जदी and since the torch bearer of this society is the people who can really lead any revolution are the youth. If you can take them on board, if they are convinced about, they are the people who will become our champion. Because any revolution, for that matter, this library campaign needs champions among us, within the community, in the society, and also from the administrations of the government. So, can we have a combination of that? But chota akar, even district is a large place. I'm sure GAB responsibility nahi chanti out of it's overzealous kind of thing, getting more enthused. But reality again he will have challenge. He will stumble upon some challenge and he won't be able to proceed further. So my humble request again, Ajay Babu, jete bada apne conclude karibe. ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ମାନେ ରେସ୍ପନ୍ସିବିଲିଟି ନବା ପାଇଁ volunteering କରିଛନ୍ତି, can you again request them कि आपण आगे ता भितर आपणकर एई केतटा टाउन किबा गांव किबा पंचायत आइडेंटिफाई करंतु, प्रथमे तारी ऊपर कंसंट्रेट करो, one at a time, multiple एका संगे करी पारिबनी कोनोसी लोक हबनी भी, कारण हमर चिंताधारा जेंति बारबाबू भी कहउतले probably बेसिटा हमें नकारात्मक चिंता न करी के हमर ओडियांकर माइंडसेट हमें तो जानी छी, बट तारी भितर भी होउची, पंख भितर भी पद्म फुटुची. If all depends on us.
That is Pranav, your point is very well taken. Even when these people enthusiastically explore the WhatsApp group, establish this, they may discover that there are champions within.
Yes, exactly. And one more point in that, like we're talking about interacting with the government, including myself. Why, if you ask the questions like how many times you have gone there, Dr. Madam Bikaile, there was a Madam Bikaile, nothing is happening. It's a valid thing. Now, the question is whether, effort is made for a win or effort is made mechanically just because it has to be made. As a typical professional, ମୁଁ ଏୟା ଜାଣିଛି ମୁଁ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ନେବି responsibility, at the end of the day the bottom line remains I have to win this account, I have to get this business. For that I need to ask an honest question to myself. ମୁଁ ଗଲି chief secretary meet କଲେନି କିମ୍ବା ଅମୁକ secretary ଅମୁକ minister meet କଲେନି, so what? Why did they not? କଣ ମୁଁ ଏମିତି କରିଛି? Yes, let me also share with you the feedback which I've been gathering from certain bureaucrats, including some who were relevant to our library
movement
domain, and even a couple of them who have retired recently. I was interacting with them. At least 2 hours interacting with lots of people, including the previous 3 chief secretaries also, and the concerned department principal secretary. Se कहले बहुत representation आछि, library association तरफ आछंती, individually भी आछिचंती, but se कहले दुईटा जिंस, गोटे हला majority cases रे जे हमरो library post गुडा को vacancy पड़ीची ताकू केमती fill up करा जाय. So it was more of a concern on their self, on their chair. Now city government there is not much of demand, so ame kahi kita upare focus kariba. Government is thinking that way. I'm not saying they are right, kintu jinisota juade sroto hue sarkar udaka semane particularly political agenda re seade hi jibagu chesta karanti. Sroto jauni loko party koru nahanti, eta nuha je apano Mr. Pandian ko pakku gale bi hei, no, will not happen, even if he could be your friend. It doesn't happen because semane jo domain रे अछंती, semane jo platform jo chair धरिकी बचंती, कौन फायदा हबो जोटारे तांकर नेक्स्ट गवर्नमेंट हबो, वोटिंग हला, पीआर रेटिंग बढ़ेला. They are looking at that. Now we need to align our demands with their thought process, then only they will appreciate. Otherwise हमें मीटिंग करू तो frustrated है कि आसुचे.
No, Pranav Babu, you were going to be part of that team, which approaches the government with memorandum, etc. I would request that you also coach the people around you, in that team, that how to be very effective in this case. And we are running out of time. I apologize for rushing this agenda, because third part, I think, where I will come to get your help, Pranav Babu here, and Pradipta and others, Ranjan, Ravindra Babu, जो कैंपेन टा हम करिबा, मीडिया कैंपेन टा करिबा, जो ट्विटर हो, प्रिंटेड आर्टिकल हो, Ravindra Babu recently has published a few articles. We encourage everyone to do that, the printed articles, the Twitter, and also, maybe we should have, recently I heard that there was a YouTube discussion about the library development in Odisha, which they are hosting every 5 p.m. or something like that. I definitely remember this. So those kind of activities, how we can lead, and let us identify, 4 or 5 volunteers, those who will lead that campaign. And we will take bi-weekly or a monthly report that what has happened in this regard, for the library movement, what are the articles published, we know how many tweets, how many views, who are the approached, and all those things we can discuss. And this is where I seek 4 or 5 volunteers who can lead this effort in Odisha. I mean, of course, I mean, I'm part of this from, we can actually do the work, some work from here, but that's not good enough. So can we see?
Since I've been writing for many national and international journals regularly, my next article, which actually I'm going to start from tomorrow, I've decided it's going to be on library at a national level. But I'm pretty sure that it's going to be very effective, and I will ensure that it reaches the government of Odisha, and I will personally follow up with them. That is my humble assurance.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. So can we seek 4 or 5 volunteers who will lead this effort for the media campaign?
I will be,
number 1,
I will be, okay. Actually, I will be on media campaign along with this before actually उसके से टाइम रे मु नथिली एक्चुअली टे व्यस्त थिली जो डिस्कस होतला डिसीजन अनुसार so I will be responsible for 2 districts, Noyagad, I mean home district, and Anugul, my working place. So I will be responsible for 2 districts. Along with this, I will handle the media campaign.
Okay.
And those who are interested to join with me, they can join for media campaign.
Yeah, mo iti gote add କରୁଥିଲି ଗୋଟେ minute. ଆମର ଏଠି ଓସାର ସେକ୍ରେଟାରୀ ଅଛନ୍ତି ପ୍ରମୋଦ ମହାପାତ୍ର, ସିଏ ହେଲେ ବି ନୟାଗଡର ବି ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟେଡ ଥିଲେ, ମୁଁ କାଲି କଥା ହେଇଥିଲି। କହିବେ କି
କିଏ କହିଲେ?
ପ୍ରମୋଦ ମହାପାତ୍ର ଆମର ଓସାର ସେକ୍ରେଟାରୀ, ସିଏ ହଉଛନ୍ତି ବି ନୟାଗଡର, ସିଏ ବି ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟେଡ ଅଛନ୍ତି।
ଓଡ଼ିଶା ସାହିତ୍ୟ ଏକାଡେମୀ?
ହଁ, ଓଡ଼ିଶା ସୋସାଇଟି ଅଫ ଆମେରିକା।
ଓଡ଼ିଶା ସୋସାଇଟି, ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ୱେଲକମ୍।
ନମସ୍କାର ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ।
ନା ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଏଠି ଜଣେ ମିଳିଗଲେ ନିରଞ୍ଜନ ମହାପାତ୍ର, ସିଏ ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟେଡ ଅଛନ୍ତି ନୟାଗଡରେ, ଅନୁଗୁଳରେ, ତେଣୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କ କୋଲାବୋରେସନ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ହେଲ୍ପଫୁଲ ହବ।
ଯାଅ, ବହୁତ ବଢିଆ ଆପଣ ମିଶିକି କରିବା।
ହଁ, ମୁଁ ଶୁଣୁଥିଲି ସବୁ କଥା। ଗୁଡ୍। ନୟାଗଡରେ କିଏ ନିରଞ୍ଜନ ବାବୁ ଅଛନ୍ତି?
ନାଇଁ ମୋ ହୋମ ଟାଉନ ହେଲା ନୟାଗଡ଼। ଆଉ ନୟାଗଡ଼ରେ ମୁଁ ଯେମିତି ଆମର ଡିସ୍କସନ ହେଲା ଯେ ଯୋଉ ମାନଙ୍କ ସାଥିରେ କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟ କରିବା ଗ୍ରାସ ରୁଟ୍ ଲେଭେଲରେ, ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ଗ୍ରୁପ ହଉ, ବିଭିନ୍ନ କ୍ଲବ ମାନେ ୟୁଜର ଗ୍ରୁପ ସହିତ ହଉ, ସେଇଟା ଆମେ ମିଶିକି କରିପାରିବା।
ଆଚ୍ଛା, ଆଉ କିଏ ଅଛନ୍ତି ମାନେ ଖୋର୍ଦ୍ଧା ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟରୁ କିଏ?
ଉମାକାନ୍ତଙ୍କୁ କହିପାରିବେ କି? ଉମାକାନ୍ତ ମିଶ୍ର, ଯିଏ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସକାଳର ଏଡିଟର ଅଛନ୍ତି, ହୁ ୱାଜ ଆର୍ଲିୟର ପ୍ରିନ୍ସିପାଲ ଡିଜି PIB, 82 ବ୍ୟାଚର ଇଣ୍ଡିଆନ ଇନଫରମେସନ ସର୍ଭିସ, ଭେରି ସିନିୟର ଲୋକ, 72 ବ୍ୟାଚର। ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସକାଳର ନନ୍ଦିଘୋଷର ସେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଏଡିଟର, ସରି ସକାଳର ସେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ସମ୍ପାଦକ, ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱର ରହୁଛନ୍ତି।
ନରେନ୍ଦ୍ର ବାବୁ, ନରେନ୍ଦ୍ର ବାବୁ ନମସ୍କାର। ମୁଁ ଉମାକାନ୍ତ
ନମସ୍କାର, ମୁଁ ଜାଣିଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ। ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ମୁଁ ଉମାକାନ୍ତ ବାବୁଙ୍କ ସହିତ କଥା ହେଇଛି, ଆଉ ଏଇଟା ବି ମୁଁ କହିଛି ଯେ ଆମେ ରୀତିମତ ଭାବରେ ପାଠାଗାର ପାଇଁ ଆର୍ଟିକଲ ଦେବୁ ସକାଳରେ ଛପାଇବା ପାଇଁ, ଆପଣ ଟିକେ ପ୍ରମୋଟ କରନ୍ତୁ। ସେ ହଁ କହିଛନ୍ତି। ଆଉ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ମୁଭମେଣ୍ଟ ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରାୟ ଆପଣ ବିଶ୍ୱାସ କରିବେନି, ପ୍ରତି ସୋମବାର, ବୁଧବାର, ଶୁକ୍ରବାର ଦିନ ଆମେ ଆଲୋଚନା କରୁଛୁ ପ୍ରତି ଇଏରେ। ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଏଇଠି କଣ ଆମେ ଆଲୋଚନା କରୁଛୁ ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଜଣାଉଛି ବି ସେଇଟା।
ଠିକ, ମୁଁ ସମାଜକୁ କହିପାରିବି, ନିରଞ୍ଜନ ରଥକୁ ମୁଁ ସୌମ୍ୟ ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକ କହିପାରିବି, ତଥାଗତ ଶୁଣିବେନି ପ୍ରଶାନ୍ତ ବାବୁ। ହଁ ହଁ କରିବେ, ଶୁଣିବେନି ସେ ଆଜ୍ଞା, ବୁଝିଲେ? ତେଣୁ ତାଙ୍କୁ
ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଟ୍ୱିଟ୍ କରୁଛୁ, which is supposed to be the most effective tool of communication which directly reaches the internet, ସେଇଟାରେ ଆପଣମାନେ କେହି ଲାଇକ୍ ବି କରୁନାହାନ୍ତି ଆଜ୍ଞା।
କୋଉଟା?
I know of the people name, ୟା ଭିତରେ ଆମେ ଭିତରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି, half of us have not even liked the tweet.
ହଁ, ନାଇଁ ଇଏ ପ୍ରଣବ ବାବୁ ଗୋଟେ ମଝିରେ ପ୍ରସନ୍ନ ବାବୁ କହିଥିଲେ, ଗୋଟେ ମିଶନ ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ହେଇଯାଇଥିଲା ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ଆଉ ପ୍ରସନ୍ନ ବାବୁଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ। ପ୍ରସନ୍ନ ବାବୁ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଚାହୁଁଥିଲେ, ସେ ଯୋଉ ଆମର ପାଇଥିଲେ ଯେ ଓଡିଆ ଲୋକ 2.5 କୋଟି ଟଙ୍କା, 250 କୋଟି ଟଙ୍କା ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ମନ୍ଦିର ପାଇଁ ଡୋନେଟ କରିଛନ୍ତି ଲଣ୍ଡନରେ, से सेटा को लक्ष्य रखी कि कहितले जे तांको हम अप्रोच कले से लिखितले गोटे पोस्ट करथिले आपण हम जो ओडिशा लाइब्रेरी नेटवर्क रे किंतु आपण
No,
तांको
but
की
will
कोन
that
लिखिले
happen? Will that happen? Jodi hei tha, I had
नहीं नहीं से जो
public
से
argument. I'm
कीपिंग
sorry, 1 minute.
से कीपिंग
ମୁଁ କହୁଛି
सेटा से
ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ହେଇଥିଲା ୱେସ୍ ୟୁକେ ର ପ୍ରେସିଡେଣ୍ଟ ସେକ୍ରେଟାରୀଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ମୋର ଆର୍ଗୁମେଣ୍ଟ ବି ହେଇଥିଲା। ସେ କହିଲେ ପ୍ରଣବ ବାବୁ ଆପଣ ମନ୍ଦିରର ନକ୍ସାଟା ଖାଲି ଦେଇଦେଲେ ତାପରଠୁ ଆଉ ଆମକୁ ହେଲ୍ପ କଲେନି। ସୋ वी वेंट आई सेड आई न्यू ऑफ नाउ इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट 250 करोड़ दिया ହେଇଥିଲା इट्स अ डिफरेंट मैटर। भगवान जगन्नाथ आशीर्वाद करନ୍ତୁ बहुत भल कथा। आमे सेटिक जदी धार्मिक होइगला तारे राम राज्य ହେଇଯିବ। दुखर कथा आम लोक ये चढ़ुचे आम लाइब्रेरी बुली जातु हॉस्पिटल बुली जातु स्कूल बुली जातु आम ताकू करवानी मंदिर कर चली द्वितीय कथा आपनकर व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप रे सीरियस डिस्कशन चली जड़े वीडियो पकाउछंती मांकड़ माने पानी रे गाधौछंती एंड व्हेन आई रेज वॉइस अगेंस्ट दैट आई वाज शाउटेड
सेटा मोटे अनवांटेड सेटा किंतु प्रश्न मते कहितले कहले आज्ञा मते कहितले कहले जो आज्ञा
this is a very important point. This industrialist Biswajit Patnaik from Arun Kara and others, I know them well, you know, not that we don't know them, but they have, let's say they have donated 250 crores. I would have been very happy if they would have given to a museum on Jagannath, okay, where everybody can go. I mean, there are temples, you know, there are 130 plus temple all over the world right now, according to Gajapati, right? The question is, you know, I always ask this question in there are 2 Jagannath temples, now third one, you know, Hindu temple in Washington DC area. I ask them, who is going to take care of these temples when we pass away? Number 2, what community service they are doing? Okay, so it's good, you know, we can approach this industrialist. Just give, if somebody gives 400 crores to library development, overnight all these libraries will happen.
Exactly. So that was his objective. Prasanna mate seya कहउतले.
So the purpose of this movement, this movement is to approach the right people. If we can stumble among this right person, maybe Biswajit Patnaik will give that to 300, 400 crores for this.
मोर टिके रिजर्वेशन अछि काहे कि ना आमे पैसा मागेटा दरकार नाही काहे गवर्नमेंट जेतेले कहउचंती एठी की आस्थिले फाइनेंस सेक्रेटरी एठी आस्थिले आमे तांको पचारलु हमर कोन हेल्प दरकार से कहला हम पाके एनफ मनी अछि तेणु पैसाटा आदम ये नुहे आमे का पछरे गोडेवा दरकार नाही। आई थिंक इट शुड बी डिमांड दैट दिस इज अ लॉ गवर्नमेंट हैज प्रोमिस्ड माने इट इज सेम ऑन देम दैट दे आर नॉट इम्प्लीमेंटिंग दिस थिंग। तेणु आमे गोटे यूजर डिमांड किन क्रिएट करबा आ मन गोटे टॉप लेवल प्रेशर पकेबा गवर्नमेंट पके दीटा को जदी फोकस करबा निहाती हबो काना बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट एबे से माने प्रोमिस कोछन जे ओके सब पंचायत लेवल लाइब्रेरी हबो तापरे कर्नाटक के से माने कहउछोंती। तेणु एई जो केस रा एटा कम फ्रेश अछि एठी माने झारखंड के से माने 150 टा 150 डेज रे 100 लाइब्रेरी कहउछोंती। तेणु एई जो अपॉर्चुनिटी जो अछि एटा को हमको हाईलाइट करिया पड़ो जोटा कि गवर्नमेंट पर प्रेशर पड़िबो काना एबे जो इलेक्शंस आसुची तेणु आ पूर्व आमे जदी एटा को हाईलाइट करिबा ताले गवर्नमेंट किछ एक्शन हो काना एई समय से माने मना करि परिबेनी काना आमे
हमर लोक निश्चित हमर कहा हम 3टा ग्रुप को नवाक पड़िबो ब्यूरोक्रेसी ये आपनकर मीडिया एंड ये लेजिस्लेचर माने पॉलिटिशियन ए 3टा को न छाडी हम किछ करि पारे हमें 19 जन लोक नहीं करबा हमें 19 जन लोक नहीं हम करि पारे
19 जन कथा नहीं कि कथा ला हमें जदी हमक जति कि हमक कनेक्शन अछंती हमें जदी किछि एमएलए माने इन्फ्लुएंस करबा ए कथाटा असेंबली रे उठिबो काना एटा गोटा एटा रेकॉर्डेड हे जिवो काना गोटा असेंबली रे कथाटा जदी उठिला ताहाले एटा गोटा रेकॉर्डेड इवेंट हे जिवो जदी एटा रेकॉर्डेड हैला एटा गोटे पब्लिक अवेयरनेस भी आसीयो काना लोक सुनिबे जे असेंबली को काहे की डिस्कशन हला किए जे उठेला
5टी लोक करन 5टी एमएलए करले 5टी लोक करंतु मिदिसे का तो 5टी लोक कले हां पांच जन एमएलए करंतु डिफरेंट पार्टी रो कांग्रेस रो जणे बीजेपी रो जणे बिजू जनता दल जणे आउ जो अन्य पार्टी रो जणे चारि क्वेश्चन करू चारि पॉलिटिकल पार्टी रो
नहीं देखो मु एठू पर्सनली 7-8 जन एमएलए के सहित कांटेक्ट अछि वेरी गुड हां किंतु आमे जदि समस्त लागिवा काना आमे वी आर नॉट वोटर्स तेणु तांको पई एटा इंटरेस्टिंग हेई न पारे किंतु ओडिसा को जदि आपण 5-7 जण सेठी तांको अप्रोच करिवे कथाटा उठू काना एटा गोटे कथाटा उठला माने गोटे पब्लिक प्रेशरटा क्रिएट हबो काना पब्लिक अवेयरनेस बढ़िबो दीटा को जिंस काना गवर्नमेंट कोजी 5T के सब जिंस होउची से माने गोटे बक्स 1200 कोटी टका खर्च कर देले तेणु आमे जदि गवर्नमेंट को देखिबा जे से 5T कहि के काम करू ना जे कर्नाटक एमती ହେଇଛି कि झारखंड के ହେଇଛି तेणु एटा गोटे पब्लिक प्रेशरटा बढ़ियो तेणु सेही जिंसटा पे आमे जदि फोकस करिबा ताहाले एटा इजी हबो आमे एटे कहू काना आमे छथर जिबा फ्रस्ट्रेशन आसी जीवो
एग्जैक्टली
तेणु ई फ्रस्ट्रेशन न आसे पे एटा को हम गवर्नमेंट सिस्टम के एटा रखिया पड़िबो माने आरटीआई फाइल करिया पड़िबो काना आरटीआई फाइल कला माने एका सब डॉक्यूमेंटेड के कहला काना डॉक्यूमेंट को केबे के डिनाय करिवेनी आपण छथर जाइछंती आर किछि प्रूफ नाही आपण छथर जाइछंती कोन कथा आइछंती गोटे आरटीआई हेला कि गोटे असेंबली के रहला डॉक्यूमेंटेशन हे कि रहला ताहाले एमाने गवर्नमेंट इज अकाउंटेबल दे लुक बैड इन द इलेक्शन टाइम
बस
तेणु सेही आमे जदि फोकस काना हमर एटा टाइम सेंसिटिव काना ई समय आमे जदि ई कथाटा न उठेबा माने आपण गोटे ग्रीवांस देबे गोटे गवर्नमेंट का मीटिंग करले होबनी गवर्नमेंट से गोटे ग्रीवांस गोटे अपॉइंटमेंट रखिया पड़ो एटा न्यूज रे बाहर करिया पड़ियो जे हम एते जण जाइथिले देखा पे देखंतु हमर सिटी हमर एक्सपीरियंस के हम जति की जाइचू हमर जते थर देखा होउछ हम गोटे न्यूज आर्टिकल बाहर करूछ आ किछि आउटकम भी हेछि कारण हम जो स्टेट लाइब्रेरी काउंसिल फॉर्मला इथरे हेछि तेणु
अच्छा
Nishikant, I think I want to conclude this agenda. Yes, it's a very good point that the MLAs or political representatives, including I don't know if Sujit is here when Amar Patnaik came to Bakul Library. When he came to Bakul Library, there are people who wrote questions. I myself wrote questions. What is Amar Patnaik going to do for the library development in Odisha? Can you just specify those questions were to be asked? Actually, I wanted to get some answer from Sujit Babu. But coming back to the print media, I just was writing. Pradipta is going to be part of that team, and then Niranjan and the Pranam Babu. Who are the other two? 5. Rabindra Babu. Rabindra Babu is there.
Rabindra Babu. मु आगे एठी अजो मु एठी 3-4 जन एमपी के संग कथा आइतली
सर मोर गोटे क्वेश्चन थिला
गुट्टे मिनट कोन वन एट ए टाइम नरेंद्र बाबू कोन को दे एमपी के कथा आइतली कोन
एठी देखाइतले कहले हां या होबा कथा काई होनी आपण जानछिन हमर किछि नाही हमर किछि कर्तृत्व नै हम किछि मुख्यमंत्री कहि परिबोनी हमें चाकरी करिछु मन ना मु तकर कहूनी हम जस्ट तकर दयारु एमपी के आछू so हमर voice नै आपण
then we have to go to the people. That is our purpose is to create these groups
सेटा केमिति करबा सेही मोमेंट को केमिति नै आसीबा जो हम कहिले निहार कहिले जे किछ हमर फंड्स नाही बेतरता जीव थर मु दिल्ली रे अछि 4 थर गली मु केथर खर्च करि के जीबी 5th रे जाऊ जीबी नी so unless there is sustainability or meeting our expenses कोट रहिबी कोट के जाईबी मु त आगे I want to go to visit all the 30 districts with 3-4 volunteers कोट जाई रहइबो हमें कोट मोबिलाइज करिवो कोट का करिवो ताको कलेक्टर हम करिवे नै आईएएस कलेक्टर दे विल एक्सटेंड ऑल हेल्प ओएस कलेक्टर टोटली करप्ट गुडा मोर आगे जहा 40-45 वर्ष गवर्नमेंट ऑफ ओडिशा रे एवं गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया रे जहा अभिज्ञता आईएएस ऑफिसर दे कैन हैव ब्रॉड माइंडेड एंड दे हैव इजीली एक्सेसिबल they will have a positive approach they will ए जो आईएएस प्रमोट ओएस प्रमोट आईएएस ताको तो किछि आगे आशा करंतु नै सॉरी अजय बाबू एंड अदर फ्रेंड्स ए गोटी आपण थिले
सर भी जो कथा कठी कहले सेटा ठीक कथा जो आपण जो कहले जो गोटे प्रमोटेड आईएएस अछन से माने टोटली ए जो आपण
भारी मीन से माने
सुनंतु मु जति की ये करछि हम जति काउंटर करछन जति की ऑफिशियल हमें विजिट करछु से माने ऑब्जेक्शन करछन जे लाइब्रेरी गुडा को हमर जो देखंतु हमर स्कूल लाइब्रेरी पे हमें जाइथिलु फंक्शन पे जेतु रूरल लेवल रे हमें स्कूल को हमें फोकस करथुलु कि सेठी जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी होंतु हमर जो सेक्रेटरी ऑफिस जो माने छथि से माने ऑब्जेक्शन करले जे हमें लाइब्रेरी टा को स्कूल रे हमें डेवलप करनु हमें ई कंटेंट डेवलप कर दो पिला माने पढिबे हमें ताको ऑब्जेक्शन कर दे आज दे पिला माने बिना लाइब्रेरी रे पिला पाठ पढि जिवे ताले आपण ऑनलाइन रे टीचिंग दियंतु टीचर काई दरकार
आ गोटे कथा अजो विथ परमिशन मु आंको कथा आइतली हमर उपेंद्र त्रिपाठी 1980 बैच ही वाज चीफ सेक्रेटरी कर्नाटका एंड आल्सो सेक्रेटरी रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी एंड न्यू रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी सेक्रेटरी थे कहले हाँ मुझे बर्तमान मो आदर्श विद्यालय से मुख्य अच्छा लाइक बालकृष्ण एडवाइजर टू कल्चर तो ही एडवाइजर टू अन एजुकेशन से भल भल बंधु आ सुभाष खुंटिया सर कथा ही वाज रिटायर्ड चीफ सेक्रेटरी कर्नाटक से कहले हम सब करूँ किंतु यही कहले हम जीवु बुलू से भेरी हिज विबल फाइल सुभाष खुंटिया बहुत पढ़ापढ़ी करती मुझे लेवल डायरेक्टर सेंट्रल सेक्ट लाइब्रेरी बहुत पत्र पे नियंती भल संपर्क आम जो अच्छी सी भूपेन्द्र मत गोटे कथा कहले कहले जो शनिवार रविवार हम 2 दिन स्कूल लाइब्रेरी खोलदवा जो पीटी अच्छा कि क्लर्क अच्छा आम चार्ज दवा सी बही गुड़ाक सब यूटिलाइज करा गाँव पंचायतर पिला माने जो माने सिविल सर्विस एस्पिरेंट कि माने जेई एस्पिरेंट मेडिकल पढ़िया पे एस्पिरेंट लॉ पढ़िया पे एस्पिरेंट जो माने सब पढ़िया पे ताके जोड़े यूटिलाइज करा किंतु से गोटे प्रपोजल दिया जाऊ आज हम कही तुम अटेंड करियो कोन बहुत व्यस्त रहला आस्पिरेनी तांको आर्थर हम इन्वॉल्व करबा मु सहदेव संग
सर अपन गोटे वेरी गुड पॉइंट देले अपन देखंतु अपन डायरेक्टर फॉर स्कूल मास एजुकेशन हमदे डायरेक्टर फॉर सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन ओडिशा हमरो गोटे नोटिफिकेशन पडला 2021 रे हमरो ऑल डिस्ट्रिक्ट रे केमती स्कूल लाइब्रेरी गुडा केमती फंक्शन एक्टिविटीज हो किंतु सर मु
हेलो
For some reason he got disconnected.
एसओपी और मैनुअल देखंतु
हां
सीबीएसई एसओपी मैनुअल रे जति क्राइटेरिया अछि से माने जस्ट फंडामेंटली जति की देई चंती गोटे लाइब्रेरी रे हैंडल करिया पई गोटे जनरल टीचर से लाइब्रेरी टाको हैंडल करिया पई ता पावर दिया अछि मु मो एक्सपीरियंस रु कहूची मो जो कॉलेज रे अछि मु किछि पिलांगु पचारली मु कहली 5D रे आपण माने पिला माने जो पढी के जो स्कूल रु सेठी लाइब्रेरी रो केमती एनवायरनमेंट तला से माने कहले सर लाइब्रेरी टा गोटे शोकेस रे रखा है सेठी हमु खंडे बही दिया जाय
यस यस यस
खंडे बही दिया जाय नहीं हुआ जाए
खोले नहीं मोटे वर्ष सारा खोले नहीं लाइब्रेरी
आज्ञा केवल एबे जो लाइब्रेरी गुडा अछि पिलांकर अनुभूति हमें शेयर करिचु पिला कोन केवल कलर दे कि से माने जस्ट माने से माने पिक्चर फोटो उठे कि से माने अवॉर्डेड हो जाउछन किंतु सेठी पिलांको स्कोप दिया जाय नहीं रीडिंग पई कोनोसी चलने से पिला जतबे आसुची तळे हायर स्टडी पई आछि से प्रॉब्लम फेस करछि लाइब्रेरी कोन जानि तले आसुची तळे तार कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम दउछि से सेटु कोठी आछि भुवनेश्वर आसला भुवनेश्वर देखला स्टेट लाइब्रेरी पिला पढुछन्ती से सेटु फोकस करछि किंतु आज जो स्टेट लाइब्रेरी प्रॉब्लम होछि सेति पई जदि रूरल एरिया रे जदि
बंद हे गला ना परन ताला पड़ी गला
नहीं ताला सर ताला पड़िला कोन पई से जो प्रॉब्लम टा फेस होछि जदि डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल रे प्रति रूरल एरिया रे जदि लाइब्रेरी उडा को फंक्शन करथंदा पिला जाय काहे के आज एक्सपेंस दे कि पैसा दे सर पिला पठ पढुछन किंतु पब्लिक एरिया रे हमर जो एनजीओ माने अछंती एनजीओ माने सेठी लाइब्रेरी खोलजन कि गवर्नमेंट सेठी सपोर्ट तांगु दउनी तांगु सेठी कि फाइनेंशियल हो किबा तांगु बिल्डिंग नै सर ସେମାନେ ନିଜ ନିଜ ଘରେ ଗୁଡାଏ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ କରିଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କୁ ବିଲ୍ଡିଂ ନାହିଁ
ସୁଭାଷ ଖୁଣ୍ଟିଆ ସେଇ କଥା କହିଲେ ଫର୍ମର ଚିଫ ସେକ୍ରେଟାରୀ कर्नाटका कहले सेक्रेटरी स्कूल एजुकेशन सेक्रेटरी हायर एजुकेशन एवं सेक्रेटरी पीआर पंचायत राज ये 3 जन को कोऑर्डिनेशन करे कि अंडर पांडियन किंबा चीफ सेक्रेटरी कहिबे जे शनिवार रविवार खोला जाऊ एवं अधिक बही दिया जाऊ पीट मानकर किछि काम नै से शनिवार रविवार आसिकरी लाइब्रेरी खोला
एनईपी 2020 रे से अछि विजन से
नो ए जो पॉइंटटा मु टिके कहे ए जो पॉइंट आपण कहउछन्ती मुपेंद्र संगरे मु डायरेक्टली काम करछेगा वी आर presenting seminar monthly seminar to all universities and institutions in Odisha every month under the leadership of Upendra Babu and there are eminent speakers from all over the world they are speaking and just for the education purpose and I'm working directly with him. There are 2 questions बहुत बढ़िया पॉइंट आनछन जो शनिवार रविवार एठी संदीप बाबू अछंती संदीप बाबू is a very big advocate of school library which should be open to the public. मु निजो आम स्कूल रे एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को पचारथिली एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन कॉलेज माने 5टा पर स्कूल बंद गेला पर हम खोली परिबोनी बिकॉज़ ऑफ सिक्योरिटी पर्पस हम एठी के बाड़ी बाड़ी करबो कोन करबो हम खोलिबोनी किंतु जदि शनिवार रविवार जदि गवर्नमेंट तांको परमिशन देला लाइब्रेरी टा ओपन रहइबो इट्स अ वेरी गुड आइडिया and then the public can actually benefit मेटा भाबे नथली शनिवार रविवार खोला रहबेली but some authority should direct that
should direct them
other point I heard about Upendra I don't know but in this group there was a posting that the others Vidyalayas themselves don't have libraries or librarians that correct ये कहउछन्ती माने कि
सर मु ए जो आपण आदर्श विद्यालय जो उपेंद्र सर कथा कहले अच्छा आज्ञा मु ए जो जिनसटा हमें ताको तो उपेंद्र सर को पर्सनल विजिट करिनु हमें तो हमकु संग्राम महापात्र हमकु ग्रीवेंस नियंती दीदी थर ग्रीवेंस रे हमकु से ऑब्जेक्शन करचंती जे आमे 50 टा पूर्व थर हमकु कहले जे हमें 50 टा बही आज्ञा 50 टा बही रे गोटे लाइब्रेरी केमिति फंक्शन करची आपण देखंतु ओडिशा आदर्श विद्यालय कोटी कोटी टंका रे लाइब्रेरी रो बजेट करूची प्रति वर्ष हम कहबे जे म आरटीआई आपन दे देबी किंतु 50 टा लाइब्रेरी से हम कहले बही दैट लाइब्रेरियन रिक्रूटमेंट हमें सेटा ही कोन जदी लाइब्रेरियन जदी आपण गोटे गाइडलाइन आपण क्रिएट करना लाइब्रेरी रो केमिति चालिबो मझिरे गोटे बहुत बहुत कलेक्टर जाइथिले गोटे लाइब्रेरी की आगे सेठी देखिला बेलको लाइब्रेरी रो कैटलॉगिंग होउनी कना लाइब्रेरी प्रोफेशनल माने से माने जानते कैटलॉगिंग कोन सर्कुलेशन कोन किनु से माने कोन करचोंदी बही गुडा को नै आइसले डंप करी बांधी थो दे
मोर
आज जो आदर्श
आदर्श लाइब्रेरी कथा कहउछंती मोर इनपुट हला जे लेट अस फोकस ऑन वन काना हमें स्कूल लाइब्रेरी कॉलेज लाइब्रेरी पब्लिक लाइब्रेरी मल्टीपल लाइब्रेरी कला
सर ए गोटा को कहू सर मल्टीपल हबनी किंतु हमें रूरल जेहेतु गोटे यूजर किए हमें प्रथम फाइंड आउट करबा यूजर किए यूजर टा जदी हमें फाइंड आउट कर परिबा जे कि हमें गोटे पिला तार बेस लेवल रो से लाइब्रेरी को यूज कला देन ताकू से लाइब्रेरी कोन कोन अवेलेबल अछि से डिमांड करबो जतले लाइब्रेरी गोटे पिला जतले ग्रेजुएशन कंप्लीट करी कि से जतले खोजु तार कॉम्पिटिटिव पे सेतले जाउ से लाइब्रेरी पे देन अन्य मान वर्तमान पे सोसाइटी रे समस्त अकाउंटेड हे गलनी बिजनेस हो जे जोड़ी सर्विस रे इन्वॉल्वमेंट ले से मान को लाइब्रेरी ता टाइम समय होनी यूज करिया पे किंतु जो माने यूजर किए जो माने स्टूडेंट अछंती करंट कॉम्पिटिटिव दउचंती एग्जाम प्रिपेयर होचंती से माने को यूजर दरकार केन जदी हमें यूजर को लाइब्रेरी को यूजर फ्रेंडली न कर पारे लाइब्रेरी चलेबार किस माने नहीं लाइब्रेरी जदी खोल देबा सेति कोटी 10 टा पिला आस्तबे त लाइब्रेरी को मैनेज करिया पे इलेक्ट्रिक
हमर अजय बाबू आ हमर निशिकांत उसिया तो कहउछंती यूजर्स ग्रुप रो डिमांड बहुत दरकार है तांको अवेयरनेस दरकार है तांको मोटिवेट करी के आनी लाइब्रेरी को यूज करा जिवो हमर माने वेरी फ्रैंक मिस्टर चिनारा हम ओडिया जो ओडिया पास करी का 3-4 यूनिवर्सिटी पास करछिंदी सेमानकर से एटीट्यूड नाही रंगनाथन जो 5 लॉज ऑफ लाइब्रेरी करछिंदी जो माने आई एम सॉरी मु 40 वर्ष बाहर रहिलेनी हम ओडिया मास्टर मान जा पढी छिंदी वर्स्ट टाइम टेलिंग यू हरिबुल पाठ किछि पढे नाती आपण मानकर से एटीट्यूड नाही हाउ टू सर्व द पब्लिक हाउ टू सर्व द क्लाइंटेल विथ सैटिस्फैक्शन रंगनाथन सकाळ 6टा बेले पसंती राती 1टा बेले लाइब्रेरी छाडंती केते जन लाइब्रेरियन हमर सकाळ राती 10टा 11टा माने 11टा पूरा आसीबेनी 4टा बेले छाडी चली जिवे कैटलॉगिंग होबो नै क्लासिफिकेशन होबो नै डॉक्यूमेंटेशन होबो नै एब्स्ट्रैक्टिंग होबो नै
राइट सर आ गोटे सर ये कथा कहूची आमे हमर सोशल जर्नलिस्ट अशोक अग्रवाल जे कि एजुकेशन सिस्टम पई कि से बहुत लागि चंदी विभिन्न डिफरेंट स्टेट रे एक्टिविटीज करचंदी आमे सहित तांको सहित गोटे मीटिंग करथलु डाकलु से भी आदर्श विद्यालय कथा तांको ऑब्जेक्शन करथले सेक्रेटरी सहित कथा हैतले किंतु सेक्रेटरी कहले हमर भित्तिभूमि नाही हमर सेठी लाइब्रेरीडा खुलाइन से जदी गोटे इंस्टीट्यूट रो अप्रूवल पई किबा 5 वर्ष लानी गोटे स्कूल खोललानी सेठी गोटे लाइब्रेरी नाही बेले आज कहतनी हमर बजेट होनी कि हमर लाइब्रेरी बिल्डिंग नाही बुक नाही
यूनिट नाही हमर डिमांड नाही यूनिट नाही हमें हमर
डिमांड अछि किंतु ओएस माने
डिमांड हमर ए जो हमर निशिकांत हो ना कि अजय वो लिखतर किछि दिन तळे टीचर मानकर
हां कोन तो बिजो कोन दो
सर टिके गोटे समय रो गोटे सीमा रखंतु सर एक्चुअली समस्त पई टाइम गोटे स्ट्रेस ता बहुत लंबा है
2 आवर्स नो आई रियली वांट टू
डिस्कशन तो सब बेले सर चलिबो इट इज नेवर एंडिंग प्रोसेस कारण हम जानि चंती एटा गोटे सिस्टम रे हमें अछंती एबे जदी डिस्कशन करिया को जिबा इट विल बी माने नेवर एंडिंग डिस्कशन
प्रोसेस नेवर एंडिंग डिस्कशन ठीक
तेणु ताकू टिके हमें लिमिट रे सर रखिबा तेणु गुडाई जिंस डिस्कशन करियानी वी विल फोकस ऑन ओनली 1 or 2 points let us concentrate on those
so I think I would request that we keep it to the time and but a lot of good things, good suggestions and also action items being to be addressed, they are coming out. It is a slow process and we
definitely it is. I appreciate that.
It requires patience. It requires if you find 10 or 15 volunteers, so be it. I mean, we need enthusiastic volunteers, not just
again, they can
volunteers.
do wonders. They can do
They can
wonders.
do wonders. So to conclude
guidance.
this, I think we have addressed those 3 items. The user demand groups, we have identified 5, actually 6 districts, including Noyagad, and I'm taking responsibility for my own district, Jagatsinghpur. Prasanna Babu sange mo nije kotha hui. And then second one is, of course, follow up with the government officials, etc. The representatives, that we have formed a group, actually a task force, to be led by 5 people, and then, or 6 people actually. And then the last one about the print media and those advertisements or the awareness campaign through the print media and social media, that we have to do, because it's a part of the democratic process, because the people have to know. And the media is actually very powerful in that sense. I don't think, India, actually, personally, although I have been out of the country for 47 years, my respect for a country like India and also United States here, my home country here, the media, despite all the deficiencies, media plays a big role in our country in formulating the policy, and they will help us. I have personally talked to some TV news people, etc. Actually, I wanted some panel discussion, like Pranab or Rohit Babu. If they are there in the discussion, and they can actually motivate the people. So the print media campaign is very essential for us. It's a part of the judiciary or executive or legislative. Beyond that, there is media for any democracy to thrive. So that is what we have to seek out and nurture. And Pranab was actually very nice to give contact numbers, email addresses of many newspapers, TV people. So these 3 we have done. We have done at least in these 2 hours. We have achieved this, and we'll continue this meeting. I was thinking that maybe 1 month is a very long time, and we are getting distracted. We should have it every 2 weeks. Is that a good idea, or we should hold this one every month?
Every month, every month,
so
that it can be monitored properly.
And my initial perception, also Dishikant, etc., we wanted a lot of discussion. So, I'm very thankful to many members here, including Prasanta and others, to keep everyone aligned a little bit, discuss about the library issues. See, those discussions should take place in the group. And we should take some, concrete action items and then work on it with the people that are involved. We should not be, okay, we can discuss a little bit and suggest. But
again, got a permission. ସେ ଯୋଉ କହିଲା ନିହାର ପାତ୍ର କିଛି ମାନେ ଫଣ୍ଡ ନହେଲେ କିଛି ଆଜ୍ଞା କାମ ବଢିବନି, କାରଣ ଟିକେ ଆମର ଯୋଉ ମିଡିଆ ବନ୍ଧୁମାନେ ଟିକେ ଫ୍ରିବିଜ୍ ଚାହାନ୍ତି, ଫ୍ରିବିଜ୍ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଟିକେ ଖୁସି ରଖିଲେ ସେ ଭଲ ଭଲ ଆର୍ଟିକଲ ଲେଖିବେ ଏବଂ ପବ୍ଲିଶ କରିବେ। ଆମେ ସମ୍ୟମଙ୍କୁ କହିପାରିବା, ଉମାକାନ୍ତ ଭାଇନଙ୍କୁ କହିପାରିବା, ନିରଞ୍ଜନ ନାଥକୁ ମୁଁ କହିକି ପ୍ରତି ସପ୍ତାହରେ ଗୋଟେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ବାହାର କରିପାରିବି, କିନ୍ତୁ ସେ କହିବେ ଆଜ୍ଞା ସବୁବେଳେ କଣ ଖାଲି ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ ଉପରେ ବାହାର କରିବୁ, ଅନ୍ୟ କିଛି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ। ତେଣୁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଟିକେ ପ୍ଲିଜ କରି ରଖିବାକୁ ପଡିବ। ଏବଂ ଏମାନେ ଯୋଉ ସବୁବେଳେ ଯିବେ ଆମର ଯୋଉ ଭଲେଣ୍ଟାରୀ ମାନେ କାମ କରିବାକୁ, they need some transportation or their stay or their refreshment like that. So ଥରେ ଦୁଇ ସେଟା ଆଜ୍ଞା ଏଟା ଭେରି ନେକେଡ ଟ୍ରୁଥ ମୁଁ କହୁଛି। ତ 3-4 ଥର କଲା ପରେ ସେ କହୁଛି ଛାଡନ୍ତୁ କି ତ କି କରୁନାହାନ୍ତି, ମୁଁ କାହିଁ ସବୁବେଳେ କରିବି ଆଜ୍ଞା। ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଆଜ୍ଞା ମାନେ ଅଜୟଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ କହୁଛି। So
I heard that the library meeting ହେଲା ବେଳେ when the out of town people come, they need to be funded or supported. They can't come. Many of them cannot come.
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଯୋଉ ପାଠାଗାର ସଂଘ ଏବେ ହେଇଥିଲା, ମତେ କହୁଥିଲା ଆସନ୍ତୁ, ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଥିଲି ଯିବି, ଗୋଟେ କୋଣ ଯିବାର ପଡ଼ିଲେ ମୁଁ ଯାଇପାରିଲିନି। ପାଠାଗାର ସଂଘ ତାଙ୍କୁ ବି ରଖିବା, we should take them in confidence or they can be on board. So they have also 975 libraries they are running, Odisha ପାଠାଗାର ସଂଘ।
Then thank you, and we will put the meeting minutes together and then circulate, and with concrete action items and follow-ups. Every 2 weeks we can follow up on our on the group message, and then 1 month we will hold this meeting regarding this. I know the OSA president here, permanent president was here, he has left, I suppose. I think, we can hold Nishikanta this year if possible. First discuss with those people and then have it in December, a conference. That is very necessary to bind the community together. That is very necessary. So thank you very much. And any other question, comments from Niranjan or Pradeep?
No, sir. Only discussed in group letter.
No.
Yeah, we discussed that in group already.
No, on the group, we need to be very focused discussion on our action items. We all need to actively pursue how we can accomplish the actionable items we have.
Thank you very much.
I would sir, Nishikant sir, I would request sir, आपण गोटे draft दियंतु हमें सेटा को जोटा आपण एजेंडा अछि हमें सेटा को secretary okay.
No, we'll support you with the draft. There are multiple, probably 20 drafts have gone in the last 6 years I've been associated with. So we can support you on the draft. You just write to us, you can email me and Nishikanta, Prasant. Others will put together for you. It's all there, just have to streamline the message a little bit and then send it to you. Okay? Thank you very much, everyone, and for a Sunday morning. And wonderful to have you. And, thank you.
Namaskar, thank you.
Namaskar.
Namaskar, Nishikanta.
Thank you so much.